Discretion is advised.
I don't know what they're doing because I don't hear anything. It's just silence in my ear, and sometimes silence is golden. Guys, happy Thursday. You're listening and or watching Pwnecast. This is episode 242. We are in patch 8.1.5. Tonight we are going to be talking about, I don't actually know because we're going to wing it. Though there is a lot of stuff to talk about, especially related to stories. So I hope you guys have been through some of this content because if not, you might get spoilered on some of the stuff that we've been going through with the current content. We're going to talk about the happenings with the people on the Twitter sphere and World of Warcraft complaints and just general sanity checks for our life here in World of Warcraft land. And we're going to cover the QA that probably didn't answer any questions. Because why would a QA answer questions? That's not what we do here. We don't answer questions, guys. At all. Ever. But we have that and much, much more. So make sure you guys stay right here.
In 2014, a crack commando unit was banned from trade chat for comments they didn't make. These men and women promptly escaped from the Stormwind stockades to the Ironforge underground. Today, still hunted by the trolls of trade chat, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, then maybe you can hire the Pwnecast. Leader and brains of the operation, it's Bell.
I want tacos so bad.
Betrayer of the priestly order and huntard extraordinaire, it's Remedies.
Then how did you eat it in the first place?
With the Pwnecast team assembled, let the battle for Azeroth begin.
Hello, people of podcast land. This is Winstalin speaking, and Winstead from the Technically PvP podcast, and you are listening to the Pwnecast podcast.
What are they doing, guys? Who can tell me what these guys are doing? Because I have no earthly idea what is happening. It'd be really awesome if Rem would move his camera, though, and if Envy would move their camera, because all I see is a lot of space between the top of their head and the camera box. That would be great if you could fix it. Like right now. Kind of wasn't a request. I'll wait. We'll put the whole show on hold. We'll wait. This is how we get a quality production going. How about a little bit lower? How about a little bit lower, Rem? A little bit lower sounds like a good idea. Yeah, a little bit lower. See how great that is? Guys, look at how beautiful these three men are. Look at that. Just beauty and grace and elegance and a lot of other things that I can't say on the internet because I don't want to get banned, guys. This is not a good day to get banned. But, welcome back. If you're new to Pwnecast, my name is Belle. I did bring the Riders of Rohan with me. I did bring Remedies, Secret Sauce, and Envy. You know, I feel like we should change everybody's names.
Oh, I'm secret now. Oh, not just like changing names. No.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
Like maybe we need a new identity.
Maybe
I could be Sostin, or I could be Totem Torkin, or I should be Pop Bottles.
I'm Sir Craftbag.
My husband will tell you, Secret, that in the phone game I play, there was a dude named Secret Sauce, and I messaged him and was like, "Yo, you're an imposter because this is not your name."
Funny story is I did that yesterday to somebody else on a Twitch stream.
How fun!
I messaged Bajira and I was like, "You're not happen to be on a loon in LFR?" He's like, "Nope." I was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah, there's imposters.
I mean, he does have a secret tune.
He does. It's his troll tune.
Yeah. No, this was an LFR, and I even messaged the guy, and I was like, "Are you a fan?" And he's like, 100%. I was like, "All right, that's cool. I respect it."
He
not like he'd be an enemy and choosing.
It's kind of weird, Envy, because we don't see your neck. If you look at the stream and look at your video, there's no neck.
No neck, mijo.
You're like head and shoulders.
Knees and toes.
What about now?
Knees and toes.
That's better. We just wanted to see your beautifulness. Like
I've had better.
we can't see.
My neck is right here.
Hey, thanks for the sub. Hold on, and my thing didn't load so that I could play the sub song. Hold on, I'm gonna get my shit
Oh,
together.
my 13th month just popped up.
Hold on, we're going. There we go.
Oh wait, we're supposed to subscribe to this?
You know, Kevin, I'm really sorry that today was the day that you got to watch live because I'm not at my best and I don't really have an excuse outside of I got yelled at by my COO 5 minutes before we started the show and it was super great. I'm like so happy and excited.
Fuck the ABCs.
All the alphabet leaders today, man. It's just been one fucking shit show. And it's not even Friday. Like, I woke up very sad because I thought it was Friday. And I'm like...
You're
Well, it's
funny.
Friday Eve.
Why you
like,
gotta bring up negative shit?
I know that, like, I woke up and I was like, I'm really happy. I'm going to get all my work done and do some gaming. And then I was like, it's not Friday, is it? My husband's like, no, it's Thursday.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's gonna be my Friday tomorrow, which is great.
Well, it's literally going to be Friday on the calendar, too, though.
True.
Thanks for the sub, Blow. And Kevin, thank you for tuning in to watch live. Boys, how are you guys this week?
I'm fabulous.
I'm alive.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
Okay.
I'm above ground still, so that's what I got going for me.
It's pay week, so that's always a positive for me.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty fucking lit right now. Like, my VP's in town. He said we're gonna go to Brazilian Steakhouse, free open bar. Bill, I'm gonna be a little late tonight.
You know, I really wish my COO, because that man knows how to drink. I'm not trying to call anybody out. Nobody from my company watches this, thank goodness. But he knows how to
But
party.
there's that one guy.
But he drinks a lot of martinis, which is really bizarre to me, right? Like,
Why is it bizarre?
it's just, I don't know. It's bizarre because martinis, I associate that with a particular type of individual.
What type of individual?
You know, James Bond. Like,
Well, because my dad drinks martinis
it's
all the
just,
time.
I don't know. It's weird. Like,
He's,
I don't know, like Mad Men and
James
like
Bond.
all the shows and movies that were based in like the 50s. That's common, right? That's like,
well, when I imagine, like, COOs and alphabet leaders drinking, I think, like, they're drinking gin and shit, because...
or I think Scotch, right? Like I just automatically assume, but no.
No,
he-
because more like old scholars would imagine Scotch.
no,
but
he gets down on some
shaken
alcohol.
or stirred.
I don't know.
Because that he could be James Bond in disguise, but not really.
Maybe.
I don't think so. Trying to be politically correct and not get myself fired, but I don't think that's the case. Luckily, I really like it's really nice like having to roll up to him because it isn't terrible. So it's only bad when it's bad, if that makes any sense.
Isn't that how it always is?
Yeah, that's how it should be actually.
Yeah. But you know, I got
When it's good, it's good.
I got a random email from my HR with my merit increase for my new title and stuff.
That's cool.
It's not important to World of Warcraft, but it's pretty fucking great. But let me hold on. Envy,
Can't
do
even buy
you
a
get
Brontosaurus.
do you get the donkey? Yeah, I can't buy an in-game mount to make my auctioning better. Hold on, let me do the donkey roll again.
That's just me.
Everybody matters.
Donkey roll.
You didn't tell me that last. Never mind.
Let me
So
see
bad
that
joke.
donkey
I mean,
roll.
shut up.
Okay, so in World of Warcraft universe, let's talk about the weekly reset. So for Tuesday, March 26th, the BFA dungeon event is going to be your weekly. There's not going to be a PvP brawl because we currently have one that will end on Tuesday, which is the Comp Stomp. Haven't done it, don't care to do it. Probably never going to do it.
It's interesting.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Give us the like insider information.
So they do focus, which is kind of cool. You know, certain players. However, if you cap 4 out of the 5, they still go to the closest one. They don't spread out. They don't do anything. It was pretty shitty. Because all you have to do is stay at Theirs is the
Farm?
farm. Yeah. And they would just funnel in and just come straight to you the whole time. And it's like, please, like, put in some algorithm to make them go to, like, the
So
mines
they're
or
good
something.
at focusing on the other
Dying.
team, but in terms of going to objectives, they're not.
Nah, they won't do it. At least they didn't do it in the couple ones I did. So,
You know, it's probably a good thing though, because if they did, though, that's like the birth of Skynet, man. We'd be dead.
I mean,
we don't want that.
I feel like there's
That AI would be
third-party
bad.
bots that might be smarter than that AI, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do we feel like that's an accurate statement?
I mean, they have robots that can open doors. We're fucked.
And Angie's
True.
not wrong. Like, it does sound like they do play a lot like humans, not going where they're supposed to, no strategy,
Stop fighting on
roads. Like,
What are you trying to say about us?
Sounds like she's talking about the Alliance.
I'm just saying,
That's
like,
like literal racism.
we're not dealing with, I've done Battlegrounds as Horde, and it isn't any better on the Horde side.
Nah.
I think
You
it just,
evaluating your team or yourself?
I think it just happens when it happens to be if you're in the right group of people that's queuing.
True. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, but that's any of the Battlegrounds.
You get stuck in the fucking window licker group. You're going to be stuck with that window licker group for at least 2-3 good hours because those guys are back-to-back queuing. So
Oh, I thought she was talking about me. I eat crayons. I don't like windows.
like,
I mean, that's what happened during the whole Miss Pandaria getting your cape. When you had the PvP.
Oh,
that's
the
when I
old
developed
one.
my love for PvP.
No, that was horrible. You know, I'm a fan of, like, keeping PvP and PvE separate. When you force PvE players to do PvP content against their will for the sake of better DPS or better healing, that's where it becomes an issue. I'm not saying you can't enjoy both, but some people prefer one versus the other.
I agree.
I get it. Bell may like it, but I certainly didn't.
I think that I understand their reasoning behind it. They want to engage players that, in my case, had they not have forced me, I don't know that I ever would have tried to PvP in general. But because I was forced through
maybe.
that, but at the same time, I also don't want you to tell me what's fun for me. And I don't want you to force me into a play style that I don't know I'm ready for, or I want, or whatever the case may be. So it's like a double-edged sword where I'm glad
Well, I was
that they did.
about to say,
but-
so you got forced into PvP that you love PvP, but
Yeah.
you don't want to be forced into doing stuff you don't like,
Right.
so you're never going to know if you like that one thing, so then how are you going to know if you don't like it?
That's why I said it's
Don't
one of
always
those
buy it.
things where, like, I don't know if there's a way to make anybody happy. Also, Aquas?
Aquazi.
Is it a quasi?
I don't know. It's probably
Oh,
a quiz.
fucking crazy. So you only joined for Rem. Got it.
Aw.
Me
Only
too.
joined for Rem.
Aw, you have a following.
Well,
You growing up. I knew it. Go ahead. Go on with the next team.
hold on. I gotta put the Banshee back in the cage. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Oh, that sounds like an innuendo to me.
Okay, so,
Innuendo.
And God damn it.
but we're we're happy to have you on this live episode extravaganza. Yeah. So
Very
this-
elegant.
It's like, it's a double-edged sword. I don't want them to do
Yeah.
that because I think it sucks for a lot of people. There are some people that I think no matter how much you introduce them into a certain style of play, it just isn't for them. I think
Yeah.
there are people that really, really want it to be for them, and they really think that it's like they're so great, but it isn't. And I don't want to be that guy that's like, I know you're trying to be a princess, but really you're an ugly duckling. Like, I get it.
That's my whole life.
Because I want people to feel inspired to break themselves out of the mold or the norm that they're used to. But I also want to be realistic because I feel like I'm not doing a service by telling people they can be something when I don't think that they can. But, it's... I think in terms of things that are serious, that, like Envy said, that affect your DPS, affect your tanking, affect your healing, something that is a group approval breaker, right? Being able to get into a group or being able to raid on a different level than just your basic LFR. Anything that is a potential blocker where a group can say, you don't have X and Y, so you are benched or you can't do this thing.
Mhm.
I don't think it should be affected by a different style of play other than the subject matter for which it's being used. Wow, that was a really good sentence, and I'm very surprised that that came out of my brain.
You sound like you were at work.
I know.
You sound like a director.
I'm trying to get my...
Articles.
No, I'm trying to not use, like, when you, I mean, you guys know, like, there's a speak, and
We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
when you live that life, you find,
Well, I'm at the
Times-
bottom of the totem pole, so I have no idea what the fuck
like,
you're talking.
when,
You're on the bottom of a pole, right?
Oh,
like, when your kids are
Wow.
telling you something doesn't work, and your response is, what's the expected behavior? You're like, well, this is probably not appropriate conversation
True.
for my child, because they don't know what that means. It's just, yeah. Anyway, moving on. So, why do you suppose they can't find creative ways of being able to introduce people into content without forcing them through that stuff?
Because when it comes to PvP, it's for a new player, it's extremely daunting. For
I mean, but
starters.
What is daunting about it?
Not necessarily, because when I
What's the
started,
word,
like,
I mean, gear doesn't matter, so what's daunting about it?
It-
There
it's
isn't a
still,
grind to work towards anything because...
I mean, it's still intimidating going, because if you're, let's say you've been playing the game for like maybe 5 months, and you hear about PvP and you hear how it's so good, but then like your first match you just get destroyed. So it's just kind of like, why would I want to go back if?
Here's the
So I
thing
guess
about that.
creative ways without forcing it, but incentivizing it without making it, I don't know, better. Because
I think it's kind of weird because with the word PvP, it's player versus player. I think the underlying meaning of player versus player kind of tells you that you're probably going to get your teeth kicked in if you're new to said instance or whatever the thing is. Like, if I've never done a player versus player type of game and I go in, it's like going in dry. But I think
no,
that
it's not fun for everybody.
I think that most gamers in general would know kind of in advance what they're getting into. I think they would expect that they would probably suck for a little bit until they kind of got things figured out. Do you not feel like that's...
To an extent.
I'm not mature enough for that statement.
To an extent, but
So
really,
dumb.
like, let's think about this methodically a bit. Like, as a new player, you're gonna want to enjoy the game, right? So you're gonna avoid the things that are gonna not make you avoid the game, which you just mentioned. If you're a first-time PvP player, you're probably gonna get your teeth kicked in. I'm gonna focus more on PvE because that's really where the story is. So you're gonna be focused on the story, and you're really into the story. You love the story, and then all of a sudden PvP shows up. Like, you have to do PvP in order to progress the story. At that point, you have to make a decision. Do I continue or do I leave? Most of us will continue. The ones that do leave, I don't know. It's probably because they don't enjoy what's being presented to them. And to be fair to your point, if you do decide to proceed, which most of us did, your PvP, I like it. I hate it. Whichever route you take, that opens up more opportunities for you to do the game. But really what it comes down to is individuality. While I wanted to continue with PvE and I'm forced into PvP, I much would have rather continued into PvE rather, and focus on that. You're forcing something onto me that I don't want, and I'm frankly probably not going to pursue it because all I'm focused is on the story, not PvP. I'm just going to deal with PvP for the sake of it and call it good.
I think that was very well said. And really, so initially, when they were trying to target an audience for PvP, it's because PvP started to die, right? Like, we went through a thing where we saw a lot of exoduses from, this isn't even from a high level perspective, which we did. We saw a lot of, vets hang up the hat, and a lot of people walked away from competing. And, say what you want about competing, it's what drives people to want to do this content. People see this on Twitch, and they see, even if the prize pool is not that of the other games and other, it's not as great as whatever bullshit Call of Duty's paying for, but people see that and they want to be, it makes them want to do that. It makes them want to be a part of that. But I feel like trying to bring players back with other things, I feel like if you shouldn't have, you broke it. Like, there wouldn't be a need to force players through such content, because I think from PvE and PvP when it comes to gaming, a brand new person who's never gamed a day in their life, I don't see them picking up World of Warcraft, right? To me, maybe 10 years ago, right, when this was your big game that you started from one tiny game and you built into this, I don't see randos being like, I want to just learn to be a gamer and learn to do the things. I think a gamer who starts playing the game in general, they already kind of have that background. They know if they like PvE, they know if they like PvP, and they know which direction they want to go typically when they start a new game.
Yeah, no, I agree, because like if you come into World of Warcraft organically, it's usually because you've been gaming for a long while. Up until then, it's not like, oh, I heard about this game, let's jump right into it. If you're jumping right into WoW, like right immediately, it's either A, you know somebody, or like your friend V, this is the first big game that she's played.
She's a phone gamer, that's what she's used to.
And she loves it. So I mean, it's just, I mean, yeah, if you come from years and years and years of gaming and you haven't played WoW, then it's kind of like, it's kind of surprising, honestly, but you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, you at least know you have a path in which direction you kind of want to follow. I don't think, I don't know. I guess I just like, I'll use Atlas as an example. I knew I didn't want to do PvP, which is weird, right? Because that's what I like. But I know the time commitment in games like that where you're a survivor and you have to build. I did not have the time, and I did not want to log in every day to my shit being exploded and broken and stuff stolen and doing all that, because it's a huge commitment.
Yeah, Eve taught me that 100%.
Yeah, like, and especially given, like, what you're going to need to put in on certain games when it comes to PvE or PvP. Is it just a run and smash and grab, like Overwatch, for instance? That's relatively straightforward. There isn't a progression in your singular characters, an overall account progression for you as a player when it comes to your season stuff and your competitive and, the do you like me, check yes or no shit that happens at the end of a match and all that stuff. So that's a pretty simple game with one direct path to follow. You play the game and do the things. You're either great or you suck. Or you're my husband screaming at 12-year-olds on the internet. Like, whichever.
But is he a 12-year-old in general?
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel, I don't know.
But that's the thing, like, you don't know. And that's okay. I don't know most of the time. I may like it, I may not. This isn't to take away from everybody else who actually enjoys PvP, really. Like, I may sound like a D-bag most of the time. I am a D-bag most of the time, but it's what you like, ultimately. And I do PvP from time to time when I'm accentually bored. Most of the time, I'm either doing mythics or ignoring Sauce's request for mythics. Nonetheless, I'm PvP.
I would do that too. Like, I feel you on a deep personal level.
Well, 2 people just said they're going to ignore you for...
That's fine.
I like how my husband's in chat saying he doesn't yell at kids. Every single one of you have been on a Zoom call with me when you have heard my husband screaming at children in the background on Overwatch.
Maybe.
Like, you all have heard it. I have witnesses.
It's true. All
Can't
of it.
lie your way out of it. So... Trial of Style ends on the 24th, so make sure you guys do the Trial of Style things.
Yes, do Trial of Style, because it's better.
I actually did it yesterday.
What's better about it, Rem?
Well, I meant not like better, but then the last one I just went better than PvP.
How far have you gotten in this week's event? Last time you got pretty far, right?
I'm at first base. I didn't get the third base on this round.
That happens to a lot of men. It's okay.
I know. No, I placed third a couple times, and then because I did it earlier today. They have different options now, where it's not like just or one was like the crazy, just makes no sense style, and then they had like the dark one. Now it's like tabard, like you make your armor look like the tabard, or there's one where you get the old one, but it's Champion of the Light, stuff like that.
You know what's really great, or what would be great, is if you had like it was there a second ago and it's gone.
It happens.
Oh, if you had like a bag lady style as one of the subject matters.
Well,
like,
that's the crazy one where it's like none of it makes sense. So it's like,
but like
yeah, like-
specifically the term bag lady.
I mean, that probably could throw a lot of people off because that's not a common term for some people.
If you've ever been walking down Central in my state during a particularly warm day, you'll see various colors of the wind. And one time I was like 23 and I'm driving down the road and I see this lady with a legit bag tied on her head. Like,
That's cool.
you understand, like,
docked in California.
Can you show us how that looks?
like shit was weird. I had to pull into the parking lot and pull back around because I wasn't sure if I was
you had
seeing
to
what I
pull
was
out.
seeing. Essentially, yeah.
When in doubt, pull out.
But like this lady
like
had
my
a bag tied into her hair, like it was a part of her at this point.
Oh, that's cool.
And I
Become one with the bag.
then realized that the bag lady term was because there was in fact a precedence for somebody. It was,
Yeah.
but they should have like, I'd like to see them pull known culture specific terms for different types of styles, like US, maybe some stuff from UK, like
Trial of Styles was hard as hell on my Rogue.
because it's a rogue.
No, because the damn challenge was like, fuck, what was it? It was basically to look like a champion of the light. And I'm like, and I literally typed in my chat, like, I'm not even going to participate. I'll just cheer because I didn't have shit.
You can make yourself look like Robin Hood.
No, that's stupid.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
Men in Tights version or like Kevin Costner version?
Not
Or
like,
Costner.
You may look like a pansy, but
yeah.
But we're men
I,
in tights.
I placed third once. It was cool. I was pretty pumped. And then
I would
gave
like
up.
to be able to like punch people.
But
for,
we're men.
I'd like to be able to punch people for looking stupid in Trial of Style, but they don't. That's not an option in your action bar.
fights.
When it first got announced, I thought they were gonna allow us to throw bananas and shit at people. But
I thought
guess
there was like a tomato throwing thing along with the heckle, but I guess
That'd be nice.
they got scared to be like, why are you
God
scared?
forbid.
Why can't we express ourselves? Like if this was
Because
real
someone
life
was
and
gonna get
you,
upset.
if this was real life and this was a Trial of Style and you were up on stage and some bullshit, I would throw some shit at you. I'd probably get arrested, but that's
I mean, yeah, it's probably not.
I need a vacation. Let me do an overnighter in the drunk tank. I'll be out by 8:30 for the cattle court. Like, let's go.
I don't understand anything you just said.
Like, well, Secret knows, and that's all that matters. But seriously, like,
Oh, it's one of those terms.
Yeah, they,
I just want to be able to. I would like it to be more engaging. I think. I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
engaging. Like, I appreciate that there's some things that you can do, but
And this one's like it's not engaging, but it's situated differently. Where you have more time in between the actual prep time,
Yep.
and then the way that you show off, like when you're voting instead of just like clicking on it's a little different. But and they could definitely make it more engaging with hecklers or stuff like that.
Falrouk, thank you for becoming a style boy, and it's a 4-month streak. Hold on.
Mine's at
damn,
13.
Yeah, but you don't count.
Ducky roll.
you have to do this.
You want another bottle?
That ducky roll.
And yes, you are cool.
I would love one.
What
Me
you would
too.
love one what?
Oh, Russian vodka.
I'm going there next month.
I still have to mail you the poster I got you.
So before I go any further, I want to make sure that I don't forget, because this was a super special request. So hold on, let me pull up the request. I have a really good friend. Her name is Fluffernut. She actually used to be an editor for PDQ. She's really super good people. She's a GM and she does all kinds of cool stuff. And her husband just got married last year, year before. I don't actually remember.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
But
Congratulations.
she has a friend, and I need to tweet to him actually. But let's see. The real Dubers?
Slim
Daubers? Dubers? I think it's Dubers.
Well, the real-
Doppelganger?
Let me see. Dubers.
No, it's Dubers.
D-
I had one shot.
Doobers. So he watches the show or listens to the show. Obviously, he knows I can't pronounce anything at all ever. So he isn't offended by that. But he is. I don't want to put all your health business out there, but he's got acute appendicitis. I'm not saying it's acute appendicitis. It's acute.
Right.
So
Is it
weird.
obtuse as well?
I wanted to give a shout out because he peed on his own today, guys. That's a big fucking deal. When you
I
have
wipe my own ass.
like, I know the feeling when the catheter comes out and you finally pee on your own. It is amazing.
No, it's not.
Catheters literally scared the shit out of me. I would not.
Dude,
Right.
like, not right away.
The entry and exit isn't the best, right? But it is very nice to pee in a bag. Like, I'm not going to lie. It is great to pee in a bag.
It's efficient, yeah.
Like,
You think ever any raiders that like at the top level in the past like 10 years have ever used a catheter?
I believe it.
I mean, yeah, depends, dude. They got depends.
most of them are men.
They got
And
the-
catheters from a men's side is really...
That's why catheters scare me. Yeah.
Yeah, for women, obviously, we have innies, so some things aren't that big of a deal because through the natural organic process of life, things go in. But for men, that's not the case, in case you guys needed an anatomy lesson.
Aw. Guess I'm not trying that this weekend.
He said, sometimes I mess around with
Oh.
a catheter on a long gaming weekend. Fuck with me. I'm saying, like, I want one of those cups so I could pee in a bottle when I don't want to get up at my desk. But they're very they're not clean.
And they'll
But
probably
it's,
get everywhere.
it's yours, so that's all that
No, that
matters.
And
doesn't-
it's sterile. and you
No,
like
that
the
doesn't
taste.
make it okay.
It makes it all
You like
okay.
the taste.
No, that it doesn't. It just.
I'll send you the highest rated one from Amazon.
I thought I was the highest rated one here. From Amazon, for that matter.
I mean, maybe.
Side note, you know what's really great is when you use Amazon for a testing ground for things, right? Because they have a great return policy.
Mhm.
And then you rack up a ton of Amazon credit that technically is your money because you spent it, but because it's already gone, it's out of your thought process. So it's just
So it's like a gift when it comes back.
it's just money sitting there. So I got my husband the Apple Watch for his birthday because there was money there. Then I thought, what's one thing I hate doing? Vacuuming.
The dishes. Oh.
That too, but I have a daughter for that until she goes to college. Once she goes to college, I'm going to have to hire somebody to do the dishes. But I thought, I have dogs. I want to get rid of my cats, so if anybody wants cats, please let me know. I love them dearly, but I don't want them anymore. So I'm stuck with them until I find somebody that I know that will take them because I won't send them to a shelter.
Take my pugs instead. You want
But-
pugs? Have them.
I'll take all four.
So I got a RoboVac, not the name like the brand everybody else buys, but I got a RoboVac and mop that does stuff. We named him Wally.
Oh my god.
Wally.
Now let me
That's a
tell
good
you
name.
something.
I'm down.
I didn't get like the top tier one where like he goes
You
upstairs.
got the one that hits the wall and just stops.
No, I got the smart one, but I didn't get the one where
So he hits the wall and then he's like, all right, let me
I
go
was
this other
using
way.
this as a tester. That this one I bought will go upstairs when I buy the one for the downstairs. But I got to tell you guys,
Wait, it can go upstairs? You're fucked. Skynet, bro.
I got to tell you,
Can
I
turn
was
into a
very
fucking
impressed.
Transformer.
I'm not impressed very often, and very rarely when I have a thought in my mind and I order from Amazon with that thought, it always ends in disaster because what I thought isn't what is reality. And it was the greatest decision I ever made.
You know what's going to drive you crazy, though? Because it's circle, it's not going to get anything in the corners.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Bullshit.
It has
Abs-
little hand, it has little
It
hands.
has little hands that pop right out. It
What?
absolutely
Yep.
does.
That's
creepy.
So, yeah, I
Take my
got-
shotgun.
You
I
got
a
one, don't
Roomba
you?
too. I got a Roomba too, and it's great, but every once in a while, the damn thing turns into freaking Houdini, and like, I'm like walking in the house, and I'm like, honey, have you seen the Roomba? No, and this sumbitch was like missing for like 3 days, right? And I was outside, no joke, getting high per protocol because that's what I do, and I was smoking some really like hardcore indica BS, and I was like in another dimension, and I'm like, where's my Roomba? I spent 3 hours looking for the damn thing, and I
And
finally
it was running
found
away
it.
from him the whole time.
No, I finally found it in the backyard, and I'm like, if anybody's ever owned a Roomba, you know these things can't go over like a cotton ball without throwing out an arrow. So I'm like, how the hell was it in the backyard? And I'm like holding a joint in hand. I'm like, I need to put this away and clearly evaluate where I am in life. And I picked up the Roomba, I put it back, I let it charge, I played a little bit of World of Warcraft, and then I come back to the damn room, and the damn thing's gone again. And at that point, I'm like, I'm just going to stick to playing WoW, poorly at that, and mind my own damn business. So clearly it works for Bell, but I am technically challenging
I
it.
didn't buy a Roomba for that reason, because everything on Amazon told me to stay away. Everything on Amazon told me, like the RoboVac, all the normal, known, huge, ginormous brands, everything on Amazon you have to find the actual good, the people that are the real people and not the people that they pay to give reviews. Everything told me to not do it. So I didn't. I went with another that had really good, solid reviews, and I'm really happy that I did. Mine, I push a button on my phone and it says, "Hi, I'm over here." 2 rooms away, and I'm like,
I named mine after my wife because it doesn't tell me where it's at anyway. So.
It wants to be found. Like, it literally.
Just put a bell on it.
And I have a TV stand, okay? I have a bottom shelf that sits on the floor. Then you have, like, the middle where you're, like... It's really just where all the dog hair goes, but your cable boxes
receiver,
and all, all the
all
normal
that
junk that goes in there, and then a top shelf. This little guy, this little Wally dude, hopped over the bottom shelf and fucking vacuumed all the dog hair off the bottom shelf. And then hopped back down and went on about his business.
Fucking hopped?
Like, so the newer versions of things, they have Cliff Collision and some other shit where it's AI, it does stuff. It's like IQ or some shit.
I can't Skynet.
I don't even mind though, like, I pushed a button and it went and cleaned things, and then it sent me a text message and said, "I'm done cleaning." What? That's amazing.
Oh, don't worry. Mine does.
It went to go have a beer after it was done too.
I'm saying, like, I'm gonna get the bigger version because the bigger version has more features.
That motherfucker's gonna eat you.
I'm sorry for your husband.
But guys, I have a husky and a pit bull who's aging rapidly, and there's hair. It's just
You haven't got to tell me. I got 2 pugs. Anybody who's owned a pug is like, they know these damn things shed for days. And that's why I got the Roomba. But, well.
It's pretty great.
Like
and I haven't used the mopping feature. I wouldn't necessarily call it a mop. I would call it like a Swiffer type, where it has an extension. You put the stuff in there. But the amount of time, I don't want to say because I have a meltdown. My husband usually does it while I'm working because I sit on my bed and my feet are dirty because the kids are disgusting and the animals are gross and whatever. So yeah, now that we've derailed the show when we're supposed to be talking about World of Warcraft, I like to make sure that I give you guys life advice, and the life advice for this week is go to Amazon and find things that improve your quality of life.
Okay.
Whether it be a diaper or a catheter for rating or...
And then Secret will make sure it gets mailed to you.
I ordered some butcher paper for my housewarming party next week that,
What does one use butcher paper for if you're not a butcher?
So you smoke a brisket for like 6 to 8 hours. You take that sumbitch out, you wrap it in butcher paper, you throw that bitch back in, you take it out, leave it to rest for like 2 hours, and you get delicious brisket.
And then you can only use that paper once because...
The smoker is next on my list of things to buy before the summer. But speaking of summer, firecrackers, fireworks, fire, the World of Warcraft esports thing, we talked about this like a few months ago. You can support the WoW esports. They have like a community-driven initiative, which is essentially just giving us some random, piddly toys in-game. And a percentage of the proceeds goes towards the event prize pool. Now, I 100% am on board, and I don't give a shit what the prize or what the toy or what the... I don't care what it is that you're offering. I'm going to buy it, all of it, and I'm going to support esports because here's the reality. We just saw Heroes of the Storm get cut to nothing. I don't want that to happen here, and I think these players deserve more money, and if World of Warcraft doesn't have it in their budget... I want to give to them because I feel like I should. So the toys were, they're out there. People on the fucking internet, man. If it was not for the self-control that I'm learning on a daily basis, I probably would have alienated 90% of Twitter in just the past 3 days. Like, if you guys have noticed, I haven't really been posting. When I'm dark on Twitter, it's because I don't like what's going on. And if I say anything at all, I'm going to just...
Wait, you log into his account sometimes?
Ooh. What?
You said when you're dark on Twitter.
Oh my god. So...
But real talk though, the fireworks are cool, but I only like snakes and sparklers. What's that?
I know, right? Any whistling kitty chasers?
Whistling bungholes?
Kitty chasers? Like, do you got any fucking stuff that explodes, goes boom? I watched a lot of Joe Dirt. It's kind of embarrassing. But
Joe
they have,
Dirt?
like, there's these, you know, there's an alliance symbol that's fireworks in the sky. There's a horde symbol. Like... That's fucking great. Yes, it is only on the enemy's body, right? It's a fucking esports tournament for PvP. What did you expect was going to be in game? Something for PvE?
I mean, yeah, I wanted to have fireworks only in my mythics. God.
I
Like-
wanted to ride around on a firework.
I saw this chick on
Whoa.
Twitter, and if you happen to watch the show, random idiot on the internet, feel free to unsubscribe and send me fucking hate mail. I don't want to be forced to PvP to buy this toy. Bitch, get on your bike and pedal.
What happens if my bike's a unicorn?
Take your little fucking piddly $25 and go to fucking Wendy's and get some chicken nuggets and a goddamn hamburger.
So you're
It's a
making
$10,
PvP
25.
tournament. I just want to connect dots here so everybody understands. PvP tournament, PvP prizes. Do we get it?
No.
Are we making a connection here? Is anybody home? Hello, McFly, hello. Yes.
No Nintendo.
It's logical to assume that
Hello.
the item in game would be linked to PvP somehow. Why would they give you something for a mythic or a random something to PvE?
I mean, why would they have one of the toys for arenas be a transmogrifier beacon?
Like, guys, it's really hard for me to understand. To all the random fucking idiots on the internet. Every time Blizzard posts anything that is for sale, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's World of Warcraft related, it is literally just uneducated dumpster trash of the internet that should not be allowed to be on the internet.
What'd you call me?
We should have censorship of some sort. And if anybody watching is offended, guess what?
Well, that's infringing on my my
Here's
rights.
the great news about life, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, tell me. Please. Enlighten me.
Currently, at least for the next 10 or 15 years, we are free until the government becomes 100% in power and we become enslaved, right? Like, end of days type of shit. But for
Well, I mean,
now,
that's your robot that's going to do that, not
you have a choice. You buy or you don't buy. You like it or you don't like it.
You PvP or you don't.
You want to support your PvP community and these players that, guys, over the last couple of weeks in these fucking tournaments, man, legends were made.
Oh, well, it's also the MDI though, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is, but, well, no.
So why are they putting the PvP toys connected to my MDI?
It
that I wanna
is, but
support?
I don't think, here's the thing, and I'm going to offend people again. Of all the things that are memorable when it comes to tournaments, I think the MDI is still picking up steam, right? Like, because MDI is still kind of new, and God knows if Dari hears me say that, she's going to have a shit fit because, you know, she's Team MDI. But, like, these guys have been doing it forever. Forever. So I don't consider this, I don't even care about giving to the MDI. And I know that sounds really terrible. For me, this was in large PvP.
I would rather give to the MDI, but that's...
But the...
Oof.
Now, keep in mind,
it's good.
again, like, of the two giants here, it's largely PvP related.
No, 100%.
So I'm sorry.
There's
I'm
only one
sorry.
Giants team though.
I'm sorry that you have to use it on a dead person's body and not a dead NPC. I'm sorry. And also, I want to point out that the toy is to show your pride in your faction, right? If you are a PvPer, your faction pride is like, it's your lifeblood. It's what moves you. I mean, at least it
Not
does.
always.
I mean, it does for 90%
I mean,
of
not
people.
okay. Well, most PvPers just go where the facials are.
Yeah, but most PvPers are Horde, and they will tell you fuck Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
99% of them. Not all of
Yeah.
them, but a good portion of them, which is,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
So,
it's cool.
after my rant, guys, I've been holding that in because I was really irritated on the internet. But here's the thing. Buy it or don't buy it.
Mhm.
Scroll up, scroll down, swipe left, swipe right. Whatever. I don't understand why we have to keep perpetuating this shit show that we're just shitting all over anything that they do. Like, it's like Blizzard can't fucking win. Now, granted, we're unhappy about a lot of things from day to day, release to release, patch to patch, whatever. That's just the nature of gaming. But, like, fuck, man. That one lady, I should have used her name on the... I should have copied her name because she pissed me the fuck off. She just said, I can't imagine why I would want to
I mean,
like,
it's always
why
better
I
to
would
be
want to
pissed
get
off.
this. This doesn't give me any benefit. Bitch,
That's
I will
fine.
fucking set you on fire. Because the benefit is putting into your community. That's the benefit. Sometimes it's okay for you to buy shit that doesn't directly
Pertain to you. Yeah.
give to you in, like, a meaningful way. Like, it's not going to give you a hand job. You're not going to get a blowy. It's not going to tell you you're pretty. It's not going to help you pick out the right fucking lipstick. It's just going to put into a game, and it's going to give our players more money for entertaining us, because ultimately that's what it's about.
You're muted.
Who's muted?
Sauce.
I was going to say, that was a really good rant. If I'm muted, I'm going to be mad.
You're mute.
She probably is an
Anti-vaxxer.
anti-vaxxer. She probably doesn't believe in vaccines, and she probably
I
only
apply
gives her
natural
kids...
ointments to my children's heads. So that
She
they
probably
don't
only
get
gives her
sick.
kids vegan, gluten, anything
Lunchables?
tasty free.
they have.
They probably
gluten-free-
fucking eat grass
No.
for dinner, for crying out loud.
Hell
Eat
yeah.
some meat. Jesus
With
Christ.
some tapatio. Let's do it.
Tappa tappa tapatio
So,
on my.
you get the
tongue.
firework toy, and then there's this transmorpher
Transmorpher.
beacon. Lions.
They got the Power Rangers beacon, bro.
Yeah, so this beacon,
It's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
like, the
And it
ethereals
lasts up
have
to 60
twisted.
seconds, or
The
60
ethereals
minutes.
have a twisted new trick up their sleeves. Why do
They
the
don't-
ethereals only come out in certain times?
But how does an ethereal wear sleeves when they're not really?
I mean,
Oh,
that
dang.
dude, all the ethereals in the ethereal room, they
But
got
they have
clothes on.
wraps.
It'd be weird if they were naked.
They're rappers. They're not
Hell yeah.
wear sleeves.
They're like J. Cole. That's good.
Stupid. Wasn't Elegon like not Elegon like pretty much naked except for a robe around him?
They're all sleeves. That's actually pretty valid. They have wraps, so technically they're all
That's what I'm
sleeves.
saying. They're just wrapped. They're not. They don't have sleeves per se.
But it's all sleeve, essentially.
Oh,
But you-
bless.
So they're tattoo enthusiast.
I do feel like that's what we're missing in game, by the by.
Tattoos?
I feel like, okay, some characters got them, but
I don't know. I like the fact that they're focusing on eye color.
I would
Let me
like
get
to
sauce and then
tattoo...
they have some diamond earrings.
I
Let's
would
go.
like to tattoo Thug Life, like, right here
You're
on
so
Belle's
stupid.
neck.
No.
Like, for no particular reason, just because, like,
I would love for them to ban your account.
I would tattoo Murloc Life.
if I tattooed Thug Life right here,
Yeah.
or,
I'd
like,
be over
fuck
it.
yo bitch, do you think I would get banned?
Oh my god.
Can you
Who
imagine?
are you?
I'm just saying, like, it'd be pretty cool. I don't know. I love how, like, Rem could have a name called fucking Love Altar Boys on a priest.
it got banned after
I
2
say I want
months,
to get a
though.
tattoo. This is fuck yo bitch or Thug Life, and I'm terrible.
Yes, 100%. Because we expect
By
this
the
out
way,
of Ram.
birthday sex doesn't get blocked
That's
by
sexism at its finest, and I'm not going to stand for this bullshit.
the.
So this
You made it on his
transmorpher
birthday.
gets to turn you and your allies into some, like, there's a lot of people. You can do the
Yeah, it's a
you
lot.
can do
It's
the
a
Ellison, which is guys we know. But the sad part about this is of the different like cool leaders that you could turn your other people into. It's random.
But that's fine. It shouldn't be like, I'm going to be so-and-so today. No, that's
Well,
dumb.
I don't really want to look like a giant orc
It's
Why not?
because I don't want to.
Work's done. Something neat.
Like, there's the other options here are pretty cool.
I
Like,
want to run around
Not
like
that kind of
deceased
orc.
NPCs.
You want to do what?
Run around as deceased NPCs.
You want to run around as deceased NPCs.
So you
Yeah,
want to
better.
walk around like Ash Pile Varian?
hmm
Nice.
Yes.
Stan Lee, you mean?
Aw, he's there.
That would hurt a bit.
He's there in spirit.
What kind of fucking monster are you?
I don't know.
Worst kind.
I'm
Mexican.
tired.
Admiral Taylor. He can bring back Admiral
Oh,
Taylor.
that would be cool. Yeah.
Guys, in honor of supporting our WoW esports, whether you're a PvP or a PvEer, even though I think 90% of it's probably for PvP, and I'm not being racist here, guys. I'm just being realistic. I'm going to give away one of each. The
Oh.
fireworks and
Damn,
the...
cool.
What is it? I lost...
Transmorpher Beacon.
why
The
I should-
Transmorph Go Power Rangers.
That's why I shouldn't drink. But I'm going to give...
Orphan time.
So let's see. What's in the toy box? So you get the Faction Pride, and then it says something about a variety pack.
A variety your pack.
Because you buy each individual one differently, right? So I'm gonna give away two. So if you've got friends, tell your friends to get in here. Give us a follow. We're gonna sell out because it's not like anybody.
Why can't they just make it a? Because it says it's given to all your tunes, but why can't they just make it a account-wide toy in the all current and future will?
I don't know. It's probably the same as like the mount, that ugly ass mount.
There's a lot of ugly ass mounts.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The red one that gives mounts to other people if you drop the thing.
Oh,
down.
the
Crimson?
nightmare.
Yeah.
I think it's ugly. So get your friends in here. We'll give everybody a few minutes. I'm gonna go through some other stuff and then we'll give it away. Give it away now.
Give it away! Give it away! Give it away now!
We'll give
Mm-hmm.
some stuff away. Get your friends in here. They need to subscribe though, because if you don't subscribe, you can't win. And I know it's like only a couple bucks, but like guys, every bit helps.
See?
I'm a little sad that it's only 25%. I would have liked to have seen like 50, but I get it.
I mean, if it's only $10, I think it should be a little more than.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
should have been.
that's 250.
I would have liked to have seen 50, but honestly, because it's only $10 more, people will buy it because it's at a small price. When you do
Yeah,
things lower,
true.
like everybody buys it. So,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Um,
I'm on the corner. Makes sense.
but yeah, let's get let's get people in, and we'll give it away because I want to support, and I really want to irritate the people that are talking shit on Twitter
Hell
about.
yeah.
Like Angie mentioned, I did see that same thing where that person's like, I love how they paid the CEO X amount of dollars. Listen, don't you fucking concern yourself with adult business.
Hell yeah.
Adults are talking. Like, this isn't
For
adult
real.
conversation.
The
You,
kids' table's over there.
yeah, like, you just need to go back to
They have
sipping
chicken
your
nuggets
fucking
over there,
juice
bro. I'll go
box
sit over there
and
right now.
Right?
sip your fucking juice box and eat your fucking
Mac and cheese and chicken nuggets.
mac
Yeah.
and cheese, chicken nuggets and hot dogs, hot pockets, whatever, and leave the adult
lean
stuff to
pockets.
the adults. Like,
Good.
lean pockets if you're trying to watch what you eat.
Hell yeah.
Do I really think the lean pockets are leanier than the not lean?
Absolutely not.
But they do look better in
They
most
sure
cases.
do. They
It's like
taste
in Toaster
delicious.
Strudels try to says they're more healthy.
Toaster strudels are the best thing fucking ever
No,
made.
Pop Tarts are.
Pop Tarts
I'll
are better than
fuck
Toaster
you up.
Strudel.
I did pick up those mini pop.
All the bites.
I'll
Guys-
turn my camera off.
I got 4 boxes and I went through a whole box this week. What do you mean? This is life changing, guys.
What
It
flavor is
really
that?
is. Like,
I was gonna
Sugar
ask you,
cinnamon, the
Envy,
best
give us your professional review of the bites because you did go and procure those last
Why?
night.
Why does he have to do it? Because he's
He
what?
went and bought them last night because we were talking about it and he
Because
was
he
high.
looks like he's brown sugar cinnamon.
He
so-
was high and he was like, "Damn it! Now I gotta go and buy." So he did. So give us your review.
so it's essentially like if you like Pop Tarts, like frosted strawberry Pop Tarts, and you're like, man, I wish I could just like cut the middle where all the frosting is at in the filling and cut out the edges, but get a shot of that as a little Pop-Tart bite. That's exactly what you get.
So it's essentially like a Uncrustable.
It's basically like Wilford Brimley having an orgasm.
So dumb. So is it more Pop-Tarts in the bag or less?
It's
Yeah.
I would say it's one
show
whole.
it- show us,
I would
Belle.
say it's one whole Pop Tart together with all of them. I wouldn't say two.
Oh, I
but
thought
one.
it was gonna be like the whole thing was just me in glaze. That's.
I mean,
if
Hold
the
on.
whole thing was glazed, I'd be down.
I don't
So
know.
the
don't
whole
give a
thing
fuck.
is essentially glazed. Like it looks like it
No, you
isn't.
see, look at the corners.
Yeah, but you're not looking at it. So,
No, I'm looking at it. It looks like a mini fucking Pop Tart.
but the pastry is
But bite
different.
size.
The pastry is a lot more puffier.
Yeah, it's
So-
not like a thick freaking regular Pop Tart. Like this thing
It
is
melts in your mouth, right?
pretty much. And
Pixie?
that's like my stoner assumption of this, or assumption.
Here, squeeze it harder.
I squeezed the top of that on accident.
Mijo, it's not brisket. It's a Pop Tart.
Oh,
So,
That's smoking outside right now.
so you liked it then? You were happy with your purchase?
I was very, very, very happy.
what flavors do they have?
Just the main ones: the frosted brown sugar
So like strawberry,
and the
brown
strawberry.
sugar, cinnamon.
No cherry.
No cheer, not yet.
No
But
s'mores.
this is probably a market tester to see how people were
No
going to take it.
chocolate?
But I tweeted to these guys and was like, "You guys are out here literally doing God's work." I got
I hope
some for my
I hope
kids
they
too.
ignored you.
It is a Pop Tart is what, like the little kids.
It's like
pastry.
it's just a convenience pastry. It's just a convenience pastry.
I want
Yes.
Mages to be able to make Pop Tarts for everyone to eat.
I think that would be a really great idea. Actually, fuck your
Well,
manna
leveling
buns.
up,
Take your
isn't one of
pudding.
them actually a strudel?
It is.
But it's.
Do you want some strudel?
I got to tell you that because
That was bad. I'm
I
sorry.
do forget to eat. I do forget to eat during the day for work, and sometimes I just have to grab. But I eat the big Pop Tarts. Like I get, I have.
You eat the adult size ones.
I eat them every day. I love Pop Tarts. I just absolutely love them. But I break them apart at my desk because the crumbs get in the computer. If you eat the whole thing, it gets in your keyboard. This was like whole other level life changing.
That's why you break it in half and then.
My kids will get a Pop-Tart and they'll only eat one. The other one will sit out on the counter stale. Now that the package happens, it's the perfect amount and it's already broken into pieces. But guys, I'm trying to sell you some shit and I'm not even sponsored. But if you are a fan of Pop-Tarts or you have children, go and buy a box. The box comes, you get either the one or the other. I got one of each and mix them together.
Makes sense. There's two.
Well, I was hoping they would have like a variety pack where they had both in one, but isn't a thing yet.
Costco, where it's just
Maybe.
strawberry and all wrong.
Yeah, maybe. But I did get one of well, I got two of each. And then I got a box of each for my kids because my husband's like, why are you getting so many boxes? Because I don't want the kids to.
Because they're gonna eat mine.
I
Shit.
don't want them
I know, right?
to eat mine because I'm selfish. Okay, again, like.
I mean, this pertains because you gotta have snacks while you're playing WoW. So.
And that is actually a good.
Bathroom.
That's a good segue because that is another reason that I got them. Those of you that like Zoom with me know that I very often eat Pop-Tarts at the computer.
Do you still have a snack in each drawer? That's a yes.
One snack or multiple snacks?
Can you guys?
Jesus.
Oh, you know who you remind me of? Some other streamer.
So there's those, and then I have. But wait,
Oh.
there's more.
Oh, yes.
The whole
Okay.
box.
All right.
Those are
Alright.
bite sized too.
No, but okay.
Hold on. This is my emergency.
I thought the rest of it was emergency.
I eat these with yogurt. And
Yeah,
of course
they're good.
But wait, there's more. It's my brownie. It's not a weird brownie. Envy, before you get excited, it's just your general delicious brownie.
It's an unhappy brownie.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so this is, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of snacks in
Man,
that drawer.
literally reminds me of a different streamer.
And then I have regular Cheez-Its, not the pizza Cheez-Its that are here. I have regular ones in here. Guys, I have a problem.
Do you have like an adrenaline shot nearby too, and maybe like some insulin?
What it is so when I am actually going to do like a gaming session, I'm too lazy and I don't want to walk downstairs for anything. So I just have I just have a variety of things so that no matter what mood strikes my fancy, I have something to respond to with it. But guys, that's not even the best part.
What's the best part?
I get Honeycrisp apples every week, and I literally eat an apple a day.
So so I will be the first to admit I had a Honeycrisp. I didn't know what the actual Honeycrisp was, and I've had it before, but that is definitely my favorite apple. I didn't remember the name of it.
Now you realize that there is a little bit of a difference between yeah, and they're not the same as Fuji. They look the same, but the inside of the Fuji is mushy, whereas the Honeycrisp, when you bite it, the whole thing
You've had
pops
some
off.
shitty Fuji apples then.
No, they're
No,
mushy in comparison to a Honeycrisp is what.
I mean Fuji's still one of my favorite ones, but Honeycrisp, every single one I've eaten is
It's just delicious.
Yeah, it has the name crisp in it. I get
It's
that.
got a snap that just
It's to die for.
yeah, it's just great. I've been eating an apple a day, guys, because I'm trying to get right with the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
what is that?
Yeah. You're, all that fiber in your life.
It's important to poo, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
like
go ahead and throw this one out there. We were raiding one day, and I did a pool timer, and Belle's just like, "Be right back, 2 minutes." And, okay, ignore the pool timer. 2 minutes later, she's back. Sorry, I had to poop. Had more questions than I actually had any answers for, but it's true. A healthy digestive system is pretty much the point where I'm trying to drive here, and I'm
Yeah.
really high right now.
Well, and I get I'm like a 2 minute and done type of gal.
Fuck, where is this show going?
Oh my god.
It's not. They didn't
Out of
believe me during
context, this is just
raid.
weird.
During raid, I'm like, guys, I need 2 minutes. I got to go number 2. And Envy's like, you're not going to be done in 2 minutes. And I'm like, watch.
Because we're ready to pull without you.
I got back in like a minute and a half, and everybody in raid was like, what the actual fuck? Listen, guys, I've been places. And those places you go, you got to fucking drop them and flush them and move on. Like, that is just the way you got to do it. You have to be efficient. Can't always sit there and roam about on your phone.
I wish you could be in the middle of the chaos boat, your actual warlock, and then your warlock would just have to go take a shit.
I know, right?
Like, I gotta go, and just run away to the side.
And
That'd be great.
I
And
do
some of
need
those
to
cast
get an
signs
apple
probably
slicer.
back in
Thank you. Auntie, you reminded me. Husband, if you're watching this, can you add apple slicer to the random list of things that I want to buy for the house? Apple slicer is on my list. Okay, back to some World of Warcraft. Now, in a few, we are going to give away 2 of the toys, one of each. But they had a live blog today. And it was all about questions for Battle for Azeroth, right? Because,
Mm-hmm.
everybody cried on the internet about the Caverns of Time and how do we get there and oh, what do we do and why is Blizzard doing this to me? Guess what? You're getting a fucking portal. Shut up. Shut up. Quit crying about it. Quit bitching. You're getting a portal. Shut up.
I mean, I'd be happy with the portal to Gadgets then.
The masses have
Anything.
spoken. Everybody cried on the internet. Guess what? Sometimes crying helps and you got it. Boom. Done. I'm not saying it was a bad or a good idea. I don't really have like a dog in the fight either way. It wasn't a big part of my life. I don't go to
Can I get a portal to Booty Bay then?
Yeah, like I don't go to the Caverns of
yeah,
Time
right? That'd
so
be
often
cool.
that it affects me. The main portals that I needed are there, and that's good business. Like I'm good. And anything that wasn't a portal, I'll take a boat.
So I'll be the first. Well, not the first, but one of my concerns for the portal room, because I thought it was taking every single portal that's active at the moment. It was going to make it that way. So like the Cataclysm portals, I thought I was going to put in that portal room, and I was a little underwhelmed about what the amount of portals that was in the major portal room.
I wasn't underwhelmed. I was like,
I mean, I was actually happy with what they
I
had.
was.
I mean, it
I was
looks nice,
shaking. My whole body
but-
was shaking. It was like a sensory
Overload.
overload. What did
Were you having-
Envy use? Serene.
What do you have, a
Oh,
stroke
yes.
or something?
Envy
Oh,
said.
yeah.
I probably did.
Well, it was weird that Envy of all people was like, it's very serene, and I'm like, that's
Yeah,
weird, 'cause
why would he use a word like
Oh,
that?
probably because he's high.
It's
Oh,
the,
true.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
it's the
Very
same
poetic.
reason why Rem says shit like elegant. I feel like sometimes you guys can be in touch with your feminine side.
What's
We
every
live
day?
in
What are
the
you talking about,
age
girl?
of gender fluid where you could be whatever you want to be, and that's okay. We'll support you.
Stop it.
But it was a little scary at first in terms of like memory. But
I I remember my first time.
I remember my first beer.
They're adding the ability to hide your chest for transmog soon.
Oh yeah, so pop bottles
Guys,
is gonna be
it's
in the
time
bra?
to free the Tatas in World of Warcraft. I could see this.
What's wrong with the
movement
battle
happening.
harness? God.
Yeah, like I could see this movement happening where you just get
That's
to.
they're gonna do that in what, October?
So we talked a little bit about the when you mother tells you. Maybe we didn't talk about it, but when you go through the thing with Magni and you go deal with Mother,
Oh, that's like mother tells you.
and
like,
I'm going to
what?
spoil it because you guys should have been through that already. And if you're not through that already, that's not
No,
my problem.
I don't wanna
that's
hear
yours.
it.
You haven't done it yet?
No,
You're
I
a
was leveling
liar.
I was leveling pop bottles.
You
dude.
have
What
not
you
done the
talking about?
Magni, the quick little Magni quest.
He
Did
was
you not
working
just hear
on his
me?
27th alt that I have to evidently
That's
gear.
not my problem, but I'm going to need you to mute for like 2 seconds. Take your headset off for like 2 seconds.
No,
Unless
go
you
ahead, I
want to
don't
hear
care.
it. Like if you want to
I
hear
don't
it, it's
care.
cool.
No, you're
So
fine.
you're going through this thing with Magni, it's really cool because you have an interaction with Mother outside of her punching you in the face and throwing shit at you, and fire and wind, and with
She was
these
just
powers
testing
combined,
you.
we are Captain Planet and all that other swapping
He's a
rooms and
hero.
fucking left and right and all that other bullshit. But you have an interaction with her in a sense of like I enjoyed this little thing, but she tells you this thing about something dark side 77-day cycle. Guys, we don't have to be scientists. The content stuff is 77 days in between your half patches. So
I thought it was like a 1 month cycle.
No, it's a 77-day cycle in between the half patches.
That's cool.
Content in general, it's a 77-day cycle.
See, this
Which-
is why we have you. Because I didn't know that shit.
Remember, before people figured out that it was the number 77, this bitch was predicting that shit based off just good old seeing the patterns. But it is 77 days. So she said 77-day cycle, so I think that we can assume 77 days from when this patch was released is probably when we're going to see 8.2, which we're waiting to fly. So good. Like, I'm ready to fly.
Like
I'm ready.
Eagle?
I'm ready to fly for the same reason I was ready to fly in Legion. I want to explore Borealis more. I want to be able to see more things.
I want to fly to the top of that mountain that I can't fucking get on.
And I
top
want to
of.
be able to. I want to be able to go to Zandalar, and I want to be able to explore while being able to fly for the convenience sake. I don't mind not having flying; it doesn't bother me. But there's a time when I'm ready to just go see things that I wanted to see, but was hindered by mountains and shit.
Turn war mode on while you go flying.
My
That'd be
dude,
cool.
I have not turned war mode off.
Oh, okay.
I don't turn
kinda
war
cool.
mode off. I have
You know
not.
what's going to be hilarious with flying though? It's effectively going to kill a lot of. I know a lot of players like to camp flight pass for
Mm-hmm.
the 25.
I mean, people still use Flight Pass when they're.
Yeah, I
getting
still
stuff.
use the flight pass though.
But it's going to be few in between.
Maybe.
I don't know,
like
dude.
To,
I use them when they're long journeys.
I like
Yeah,
to
like-
use them so I can AFK and go
Yeah.
potty or go get
Go
a
make a
sandwich
sandwich.
or something. Yeah, it's weird
Fair
that we both said
enough. Again,
sandwich.
it's situational, right? Like,
Yeah.
Not as many all the time, but it will probably be still a pretty good spot.
Oh, you'll still get some kills in the heavy areas.
that's
I
see.
also like that I think that flying makes it a little bit better for PvP because I could get to places faster and see players out in the world and use my
Oh,
net
yeah.
to knock you off things and do stuff.
Yeah, we finally can use those nets that we got for the first
Yeah,
week,
like-
where it's like this is for flying mounts, but you don't get flying mounts forever. It's like, oh, okay.
I think it heightens the world PvP experience to be able to have flying.
Oh yeah.
So because you can
Well,
get
and
to
the
A to B a lot
anti-flying
quicker.
devices, yeah.
And like, if you engage with me and then you realize I'm fucking your shit up and you try to run away like a little bitch, guess what?
Yeah, Dark, run away.
Guess what? Let me hop on my trusty hippogriff and get wrecked.
You're gonna get wrecked, or they
It
are.
could be either way. Like,
Yeah.
there's
You go around the corner
you
and
know
there's
what?
40 more
Speaking
people.
of PvP,
no,
right,
it's not happening. Secret, we're friends.
the
Let's
rogue
keep
is
it
already
friends.
370.
Let's keep
And
it
basically
friends.
your item level.
Keep it friends. I don't even know what my item level is. I think it's 380 something.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 390, whatever.
Yeah, I try to keep up with the item level.
How about a 30 level? What a handicap for you? Let's do that.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What am I gonna PvP envy tank on tank?
Why
Yeah,
wouldn't
let's do
you?
that.
Like,
Dude, you can bring your rogue. Me and Sheltier do it all the fucking time, and
I don't know what he's talking about that they do. I would question it at this point.
They play with their swords.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're not particular and you're feeling adventurous, like, get some.
I'm as liberal as they come, sweetheart.
Okay, so their question, are there any areas you'd like to lessen RNG and increase player agency? I don't know what that question means to answer it.
Like the CIA?
Yeah, like
agency.
Like, do you want NPCs to do less and players more?
I'm relatively intelligent. I have 2 degrees. I don't know what he's saying. Increase player agency. What the fuck does that mean?
Maybe population?
Is it population?
Maybe.
Well, Mr. Anderson, why didn't you just fucking say that?
Because, I mean, it sounded cool.
Randomness has been a part of loot acquisition from the beginning. They've tried some ways to mitigate that over the years. Recently, they have the Titan Residium vendor. At this point in WoW, they have so many different avenues of loot acquisition through Mythic Plus, raiding, PvP. Whereas in the past, the best gear was always from raiding. They're working on some tech to mitigate some bad luck. For example, the game has some history to your previous Mythic Plus caches to mitigate the chances of you opening the same bracers 3 weeks in a row. I gotta be really honest, that's pretty great. If that's actually going to happen.
By the way, agency also means action or intervention.
Okay.
Synonyms for action, influence, force. So I guess us having influences on the world? Question mark.
Now, I appreciate that they're looking into, and this always should have been a thing. The fact that I always get the same fucking belt that is nothing but versatility because it is the same belt. When I make the time to do Mythic Pluses to get my weekly chest, and it's some fucking bullshit, and I'm like, for another 3 weeks, I won't touch Mythic Pluses because it feels bad to me. It feels bad to me. Like, if what I get out of my chest is redundant, it feels bad. It doesn't feel good to me. So I have ADD. You want me to sit still in a fucking Mythic Plus and pay goddamn attention, especially back to back, right? Because you want to up your keys, so you want to steadily up your pace. That feels bad to me. So I don't do them a lot because, and 90% of it is because I don't usually get something I want out of the chest or even something I need. So if they can finally fix that RNG piece, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, but we've been asking for that since like. I don't know.
I think
Warlords.
It's getting to the point where they don't have a fucking choice.
I don't think they're going to care about that one.
He just said that they're literally working on it.
I mean, that'd be fantastic, but I don't know. I've gotten the same cloak 5 times in a row.
This isn't a case where they can.
I wanted to quit the game.
Tell the players that it's in the future, because the state and nature of Blizzard as a whole and the way the World of Warcraft community is and how volatile it is, this isn't a case where they can make idle promises because the players are going to hold you accountable. The second you post some fucking $10 fireworks on the goddamn internet because you're trying to support your esports players, like, all the ugliness is going to rear its head publicly. So I think it should have always been a thing. I think there should be code that checks player has already gotten this piece.
More, maybe like a cutoff, like if you've gotten it like 3 times or some
guess what? Make it tradable for your guild. How about that? Make it where I can trade it in my guild. I'm not saying to your friends, make it where I can trade it in my guild. Let me give it to a guildie. Great. That's a great way.
Yeah, they already have those kind of parameters you can lock out, so.
And that's a great way to keep guilds relevant. Damn! Guys, you should hire me as a developer. Blizzard, if you're hiring, don't hire me because I like job security. But I will help give you good ideas. I will, because I want to keep my game alive.
But at what point do you eliminate randomness and just make the game viable for everybody? You're speaking to like a really small subset of people in terms of like, just make it so that like you can get the piece like after X amount of times.
No, I don't think you should. I don't think there should be a number attached to it. I like the random, And
the RNG is one thing, but
it's like having. I don't want that belt. I got that belt already.
But I mean, getting it back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah, like the same piece.
You're building a counter at that point. That the code is going to say.
Is it Marble or Formica?
Is it equal to or 1? Is it equal to or 2, etc.
I just want a thing that says she already got this belt. Let's give her some other random item that she didn't get. And it could be a shit piece that I don't need because maybe I got
But
something
it's just a
from
different
Raid.
item.
But it's different, and it's at least, I feel like it gives me just a tiny bit more chance. I don't ever want it to be a case where I can specifically target and know that I can get this set item at this set moment in game.
And it'll rotate between that shit belt and the shit ring back to back to back.
Essentially, what you're sort of creating, though, initially you're gonna get a crap piece, and you don't want that. But you're gonna keep it anyway, and then you're gonna get your item or 2 other items. You don't get your item the next day. All right, now I have 2 out of 2 chances to get this.
Yeah.
You get it, you're gonna get the next chance. At that point, you are encouraging a just play until you get your item.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I agree with that, Angie, as well.
But here's why. Play until you get that item, or be like Belle and say, fuck you, after I got the same item 2 weeks in a row, and I'm not going to play again. I'm not going to do any of your bullshit Mythic Pluses because you can shove them up your ass, because I'm tired of getting the same damn belt.
Yeah, there's only
like a
so long that
balance.
the carrot on a stick really keeps you
Exactly.
going
When
towards
you
it.
don't get the drops, and then when you do get them, you're like, really? Really? It does. It feels bad. It feels like I'm being punished. I'm not saying they're punishing, but it feels like, and it doesn't feel good. It isn't a good feeling. But I feel like a balance. I don't know how they would do that, because Envy, you're right. We don't want to get into a thing where you could specifically target, like, you want to be careful that we're not running into a legendary situation where we put bad luck protection in, and then 2 days later, one guildie has 7 legendaries.
Oh, I do remember that day.
7. Either blowjobs happened or somebody hit the repeat loop on the code for her specific character, because she literally got 7 in like a week period. That's not even.
No, you're not exaggerating.
No,
I
wish
was there
was.
for like most of them.
Yep.
But it does feel bad.
No
So
jobs, or
maybe not eliminating RNG, but tweaking it to where it isn't so disheartening at the end of the day. Like, I don't want you to give me my exact stats or my exact blah blah blah, but I also don't want you to give me the same exact item.
What happens if it Titan's Forge with the socket?
Okay, but those are the exceptions, though, right? It shouldn't be Titan forging very often. Titan Forge should be once in a fucking blue moon. Yet, to this
But
moment,
you're drinking one right now, so.
to this
Oh.
moment, every other piece is Titan Forged. Still, they said they fixed it, but they haven't, because it upgrades all the time. Warforged Titan.
Yeah, no, I was loving my little Kultaren shaman the other day, and yeah, I was getting every other item was upgrading to
Yeah,
blues and
because
stuff.
it isn't the exception, it's the rule, and it shouldn't be. Titan Forging, Warforging, those are beautiful things, guys. These are
Yeah, they're supposed to be harder to acquire.
yes, they're magical. We talked about that. Remember, I was frustrated that I got a Titan Forge and I didn't deserve it because I wasn't doing.
Oh, that fucking fuse.
I wasn't doing a lot of Mythic Pluses, so the fact that I got it and then somebody who
The
had
one
been
from Toll to Gore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh, I
I
do
felt
remember
that as the person who is the receiver of the Titan Forging, because it feels like, my group member should have been rewarded and not the person who.
Died all the time.
Yeah. Wait, what? Hold on. Let's be clear. I'm pretty sure I didn't die at all until everybody else died.
No, I wasn't even in the group, but I saw what you got, so.
But no, yes, if you clear and do all those things, you'll gear and all that. There's a million ways to get gear. You could go to fucking Harlan Sweet standing on the corner of Borealis selling watches in his fucking trench coat and buy gear. Like, they're literally, you go from, you just hit 120 to raid ready in a day at
So-
most. So
No, I don't do stuff like
it
that.
is not difficult to
talking about?
ult. It is not
and a
difficult
half.
to
Yeah, like
be
3
raid
days.
ready. You could, I mean, the gear is a little.
I was happy to play
ridiculous.
my rogue again. Shut up.
The weapons are still harder to come by, though. Your perfect weapon, which I like that
Yeah.
element. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy trying to get that weapon and never getting it. Except I don't enjoy not getting it. But
Again,
Again, it's like that carrot on the stick.
we didn't work on weapons last expansion pack, and we were spoiled in that.
What do you mean? That's all we did.
well, he's saying like have to grind for.
To acquire new
Whatever.
weapons.
Yeah.
Apart from the artifact power drop,
Like each tier, you didn't have to go and get the new
right?
one
You
from the
just-
dungeon
you-
raid.
You focused on your relics, and that was it. well, in the artifact power. But
Mhm.
it's certainly hilarious. You can always tell who the people are. Like, you can always tell who expects the game to be easy versus the player who knows it's going to be a challenge. And those are always the people that are like, I haven't gotten this weapon for X amount of weeks. Yeah, you're going to have to work for your gear, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You want to clear normal, you want to clear heroic, you got to work for it. If you think the game's just going to give it to you, it probably will sometime later, but not now.
I'll give it to you.
It's fun.
Whoa, that was
Oh.
largely.
Do we have an HR department?
That was largely. I think that might be Angie. I think she's absorbed a lot of jobs around here, and I think she might, in addition to being PR and social media, she might also be HR.
Oh boy.
But I think, you know, whatever. I
would
like
love
that
to go
they're
play all
looking
day.
at it.
Whatever. Well, wow.
So let's see. You said fun is the ultimate metric that drives the game forward. How do you measure fun?
Well, you see, we take the amount of fucks that we can.
I was gonna say you take a ruler.
If you listen to the Activision earning call and you hear MAUs, that's the investor speak and not what the developers use. All they want to do is as engaging as possible. If there's something that is over rewarding or has a risk reward ratio that's out of whack, then they see the participation rewards, the Mechanar problem. In BC, it was the fastest, easiest dungeon. So the metrics are frequency you log in, how long do you log in for, what activities do people do when they log in. That's great. Because
Makes sense.
that's awesome. But I have to ask this question, and I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, guys. I'm fucking Team Blizzard. If that is your metric, why? Where's the disconnect then, if that's your metric? Where's the disconnect? Why are we still struggling if that's your metric? You already know what the fucking problem is because you know what people are doing and what they're not doing. That's your metric. Why haven't we fixed it? Or have we? And maybe the masses on the internet aren't right. Those are the questions you have to ask yourself. The world may never know. Because if they have set metrics, which makes sense because I live in data for a living. I live in data analytics. I live in Omniture. I live the life of stalking what people do on the internet when it comes to their purchases. And we have the same metrics.
Omnislash?
We have things that check, what did a customer add to a cart? What did they remove from the
Inventory.
cart? Why did they remove it? What did they replace it from the cart? Was it cheaper? Was it less shipping? Like, we track everything. Even how far a person scrolls on a page before they click.
Yep.
Oh,
That-
boobs.
A lot of people get really upset and they think that it's like where it's an invasion of privacy that companies are doing this. It really isn't, guys. I live on the
no,
other
it's
side
not.
of that. These companies are using it to improve their website. They're using it so that you can get delivered the things that you actually give a fuck about. Yeah, sometimes it invades your privacy and fucking you see some shit on Facebook that you had a verbal conversation in your house about. It's cool. It's just a little Skynet listening to your conversations. Nothing secret anyway.
That was like the fastest 180.
We have our own secret.
But-
Ooh.
We don't track your data. Baby.
Well, we don't physically have that capability, but I'm sure somebody up in the Skynet life does. But as far as like companies that use that, when you don't accept the cookies, like you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because you're going to get ads regardless. You might as well get ads for shit you care about instead of for shit you don't.
That's pretty valid until you like randomly look up something for a friend. It's like, oh, why is there this someone?
And these companies,
Amazon.
these large companies use it to improve your experience on the internet too.
Yep.
They use it if your website is slow or like whatever, like there's a lot of things that companies use our software for, and it isn't like everybody thinks, like nobody's at your front door peeping in your window. Well,
I mean, they could.
I
but
have blackout curtains sometimes.
it's a double-edged sword where like sometimes I don't want to see your bullshit ads, but then they give me ads that I'm like, whoa, it's like they know me.
I didn't know about that. I'm so down.
Yeah, like I'm buying this because it's exactly what I have been looking for all my life.
Is that how you bought your bed fan?
That is actually. I googled hot sleeper And like there was all this stuff that
I probably opened up a can of worms too.
well somebody had there was a forum and somebody had said, just put a fan at the end of your
Put
bed.
a fan in your room. Done.
But the problem with having we have a big, an oscillating fan, the problem with that, well, it's a tower now, we upgraded. But the problem with that is I get dry eye when I'm laying there watching TV because in Arizona, the only way to be comfortable is for the fan to be directly on you. That whole oscillating situation, that's not going to fly. It needs to be blowing right on you.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
Right?
Oh,
But
Mm.
the problem is I get dry eye. I'm laying there and it's like dry eye. So the bed fan just
Just get Visine.
it just pops right on there. And what happens is if I'm too hot before I go to bed, whatever, I usually don't turn it off until 1 o'clock in the morning. I wake up, I'm a little sweaty. I flip it on because the switch is under my pillow, and it's fucking glorious. Anyway,
It's funny.
but if we have that capability, and if Blizzard is using this capability,
Then
There's-
what's going on?
there's the question. Is it bad? Is it as bad as we think it is?
Or are they just trying to force something that they want to happen? I
Right,
don't know.
or maybe they don't know how to fix their analytics. Maybe whoever's their job is to decide
they
what's
probably
fun.
have they more likely have all that data, but like they don't know what to do with it just yet, or they're in the works of making a plan for it.
That could be a ting.
Well,
Because I mean, you always have the PvE, PvP, and an expansion, but they always have little things in each expansion that's unique to it. Like you had the scenarios in MoP, and then now you have the island expeditions, which is kind of like a build off of the scenarios. But like they always have something new that they always try, and I guess it's kind of hard to shift in the middle of an expansion on what you should do as like your daily stuff.
do you want me to tell you the number one reason why people aren't staying logged in? Because I'm going to tell you I don't need metrics.
Yeah, tell me.
People.
Sounds valid.
I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm logged in, I'm hanging out, chit-chatting with the guild, doing random shit. There was a pug involved. I think I was like putting a hat or fucking cape or some shit on one of the pugs I had out, and I was just doing some weird shit in game. You know, the weird stuff I do. It was after I created my Katerin.
Yeah, we must have been raided. If the
So-
bugs were, we were raiding.
I feel like a lot of it's the people.
Yeah.
In the last 2 years, I've lost a good portion of what made my guild like a super robust, active guild. I lost some of that to,
Internal combustion.
better
and
wanting a
other
better
stuff.
rating experiences, but the majority of it I lost to people who just quit playing in general. My number one raid healer for 5 years stopped playing. Her husband
Who?
stopped playing. Like, stopped. There's lots of people who have stopped playing.
Number one healer for the past 5 years.
And I really like the people that I play with also, Angie, but I don't play with anybody. I raid with my friends, my guild, but I don't play with anybody. I don't. I log in, I do my thing. Sometimes I do stuff with guildies if I'm going to be on long enough to be able to make the commitment, and sometimes it's a quick login, or sometimes I log in and there's nobody online and I log the fuck out and I go play a game where I can be alone and it doesn't matter. That is 100%.
On a boat.
100%.
I'm on a boat.
So I don't think I don't think that it's a question of I think it's a question of sometimes we might have to be in charge of our own life when it comes to World of Warcraft. And I was going to tweet the other day, like, want to buy friends. Like, I'll pay a team of people to game with me who wants to be in. Like, I'll pay you tacos. Like, we're in. Because, like, the reality is, like, even with us, like, we're busy sometimes. We're tired as fuck. Envy gets high and he's fucking useless.
That's when I'm sober usually.
Like, useless. Like, he's passed out. He fell
In the
asleep.
middle of a door jam.
He fell asleep the other
Aw.
day, and his camera was off, so I'm not 100% sure that he was sitting at his computer, but his wife kind of made it seem like he was at his computer. I think it was last week.
It's just like
She made it seem like he was at the computer and asleep. So I assume
It's been a while since I've done that.
He might have slept in the chair.
You know what though? Last night was a rarity because I told you, hey, I'm actually logging off to go get food. I never fucking tell you I'm logging off.
I know. Usually you're just go.
He's just out. He's ghosting.
But that, and sometimes these are things that we can't help because your life takes you in the direction that it takes you, and it blows people in and it blows people out. And, you know, these are things that are the nature of life. But sometimes you might have to take control. If you feel like you're struggling, you might have to just take control of that and figure out how you can make it better or fix it. So for me, I'm going to spend a good portion of my focus bringing a bunch of people into my guild, because that's what I do. I collect people. So that's going to be my focus over the next month or so. As soon as I can actually get off work at a decent hour, and I work from home, for crying out loud, that'd be great. But so as far as their algorithm is concerned,
Yeah.
what is it telling them? Because I would like to know. Can you give me these metrics? Can you tell me? Can you give me an infographic and give me some insight as to what other players are experiencing? Because I would like
Make me
to
a
know.
PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, they used to give us that, not like the specific analytics, but like, oh yeah, this amount of people logged in for this month, or they're like, oh yeah, and this amount of people are in this BG. I remember when they used to do all those
breakdowns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was only for a little bit, but I thought it was really interesting.
I'm
Like,
waiting
oh, this
for
amount of this NPC has been killed.
I'm waiting for the day when I get to do less work, right? My boss, my COO told me the other day, you know, you got to get yourself to a point where you can delegate and you're doing less work, but it's more meaningful. And I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, I got given a broken department. Thanks for that, by the way. You're cool. Fix everything and make it better and do it now. Right now. Which is fine. I work well under pressure.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for it to get to that moment where it is less work and I can delegate. And, you know, the bulk of my team is new, too. So it's going to happen. And I'm excited for that because I need a life that is not drinking on a Thursday night.
That's yours?
Because I've had a
It's the
shit
hard
Throw it
knock
up.
life.
like
Like a Thursday.
That's a good night. What are you talking about?
yeah, and I think that's, you know, like, I like to talk to my guildies. Sometimes I try to strike up a conversation and it's crickets. It just is what it is. People are busy. They do stuff. It's whatever. But it goes in line with my schedule isn't other people's schedule, right? So it isn't anybody's fault, per se. It's just making an effort and realizing that if you want to be able to engage with people, you have to make that effort because it isn't just going to come organically. That just isn't the way life is. I will sometimes log in and somebody will log off. I'm like, oh, I was going to do stuff with you. Okay, bye. But that's, you know, it's life and we adjust accordingly. But this portal thing, I'm still laughing because I don't even know. So the question is, what's the philosophy surrounding PvP item levels compared to Mythic Plus rating? The answer: the intent is supposed to be parallel, like as close to parallel as they can.
Okay.
They believe that to be the case. If you're talking about the weekly conquest reward, that's different because that's a participation reward and it isn't comparable to Mythic Plus dungeons, Mythic Plus 10s, or Mythic rating. That makes sense. I agree.
Yeah.
Are you going to address the issue where secondaries are more important than your main stat? Well, fucking hallelujah.
I mean, that's been an argument for what?
Since
How
the
many
beginning
years?
of time. Because a secondary should be just that, a secondary. Your rotation, your power, your spell power, all of that should not be tied to secondaries in the majority in nature, statistically. Like from
Then why have them in general?
Except haste. Stack haste all day.
I think that having them in general gives you the opportunity to have a different type of play style. Like, it lets you kind of have different types of builds that you might want. So, like, I appreciate that because it allows people to be individuals when it comes to kind of creating the type of player that they want to be, given, you know, what talents do they prefer, what, you know, what's the rotation, which spec. I like that. But
Yeah, it shouldn't be to the fact where you toss out like a 15 plus item level because it doesn't have
yeah, I think
as much secondaries.
I think your main
Then why don't you just get rid of secondaries in general and make
That's
secondaries
the
like a
point.
Titan Forge thing where they're a proc. They would just show up randomly.
that doesn't feel good for me.
Try it.
No, that doesn't feel like I would. That doesn't feel. That would not feel good for me. That would feel not good.
Don't knock it till you try it.
A 9-second chaos bolt.
It would not feel. Yeah, it would not feel good.
You
Like
fucking
already, my
start the
chaos.
cast and walk away.
It would not feel
Make a
good.
sandwich, get back.
Without the old deer haste shit, my chaos bolt is now back to basic bitch level. Minus like
Damn.
some of the builds I have for like my, you know, the traits I choose for my Azure
right
gear
there.
and shit like
Yeah.
that. But, like,
So here's the thing, though. Like, if you remove all secondaries, you're back to a cookie cutter spec. Do this, get this gear, bam, you're gonna be good.
it's no fun.
If you treat secondaries just like that, they give you a different play style. Well, in the world of competitive rating and just trying to like clear normal and heroic in general, you're gonna want to go for that spec that's pulling out the better numbers.
Yeah, so it's always going to be cookie cutter.
So it one way or the other, it's always going to be a cookie cutter, like Rim said.
I think that they should just make it where your power isn't so driven by your secondary stats. I think you should be rewarded for taking care of your main stat that drives your player, your character. If you're telling me intellect is my get down, let's go. Let's get down. What are we waiting for? Wait, what do you mean I got to be all haste? It's not even haste for destruction. It's mastery now. We were haste last 2 whatevers, and now I found out we were back mastery. The whole time I've been doing it wrong for 2 fucking tiers. I'm like, this is fantastic that I've been doing it wrong. I love it. And it should be more intuitive with your... I shouldn't have to go to a pro who figured this shit out because they're a pro. I should be able to be a warlock of 10 fucking years and be able to know what makes sense for my character. No, I don't want to hear it. It is
I mean,
what it is.
on a general level, yeah, but not like when you're doing the top of the top DPS that you're possibly able to do. That takes...
I don't care about being the toppity tippity top. I care about what am I supposed to fucking enchant and what gem should I be using. Right? That's all I care about. I don't want
That's
to
what I'm saying. For the average, just playing it, yeah.
But I can't even do
min max. Then you have to do some research, or your own personal testing and shit.
It's even just going to look at people that are on your level with rating when you go to the Warcraft logs. And I've seen every warlock has mastery gems, and I'm like, what do you mean? It's been haste for an entire expansion. I'm confused. So I had swapped out all my shit. Because that's what they do. We copy each other. But I think it shouldn't be so drastic. I like change, right? I think it's important that we have change. Maybe we get some additions. Maybe we add a new way a spell works that makes it more fun or makes you have to make a choice, whatever. But I don't think it should be so drastic. I think if I had to guess, I'd probably say that's probably when they started killing the game a little bit in terms of players. When they started taking shit away.
I'd say that's definitely a piece of it because like my Shadow Priestess change every expansion, literally. So
to go back to what you said, you like change, you need to embrace it. You need to evolve with the game too. If everything was cookie cutter spec, then just pick a character, level it to max.
There's no thoughtfulness, right?
Go in the raid. Oh, it's an AoE fight. I'm just gonna spam one anyway. It's the same thing over and over.
Arcane 11112 11112 11112 3.
I'm Frost now. Don't hate.
I agree. I think there just needs to be a good in between. I don't want it to be super easy, right? I don't want to just be able to pick up a class and know how to play it, right? I want there to be a little frustration involved and a little figuring it out. But my own class, my own spec that I played for 10 years, it's so different from expansion to expansion that I just don't... It's beyond the point of not cookie cutter. It's to the point where it's like, let's guess what it's going to be today.
Well, that's Shadow, like, to the fucking T.
I agree, because I've seen, like, you over the time of the changes and it being so different. Like, I agree. The Druid balance was fucked up for a really long time. It was amazing. Then something happened and, like, balanced Druids didn't even know how to be balanced Druids because...
during, I think it was WoD or one of those where they tried to do is ping pong. That's all you did.
Oh, yeah, with your... Yeah, I don't... If I have to do math...
Like, what the fuck is the point?
If I got a math in the middle of my rotation, we fucked.
And they like doing this thing where with the spells proc at a certain energy level with like shamans right now. It was like you have to get 60. Was it the what's
Maelstrom?
the resource Maelstrom? And then you
Rogues have to get rage, right?
Burst
Or
shock. It's
what
like-
do rogues?
No, they just have energy.
Oh,
And then Shadow does the builds up Shadow, and then at 60 or 80 depending on what
shout
you
out
got.
to classes who have to build stuff up and have to count what each spell and the amount it gives them to know when to.
I know.
use
I have to
their-
look at it. Like I'm loving my Cool Terran Shaman, and I'm usually enhanced, and I've been playing the oh my
Elemental.
god, Elemental. Jesus Christ, thank you. And like I'm having, it's like I'm saying it's like at 48. Okay, if I use Thunderbolt, I can use Earthshock now. It's like fuck. I actually have to think.
Yeah, if I have to math, it's I can't even math.
You guys are funny.
That,
Oh my
that's
God.
what, believe as funny as this is gonna sound. That's blood Death Knight tanking. I have to build up runic power, and I'm like, all right, I got more than 5 charges on my bone shield. I can afford 3 death strikes at full. And especially if Cactu's healing me, like we're doing Opulus.
We're gonna need 4
Oh.
death strikes.
So like I'm like at that point, if Cactu's healing me, I'm just like trying to build up as much. Forget the freaking shield, just spam death strike as hard as I can. Yeah, it's counting. It's fun though. It keeps you on your toes. It keeps you fresh. Unless you're high, then you're relying on
Sauce,
shitty.
you have to go to work, don't you?
I mean, I don't have to go to work. I gotta go to bed
Oh, I don't
to
give a
go
shit
to
if you
work.
gotta go to fucking sleep. I thought you had to go to work. I don't respect your time that much.
Behold,
Bullshit.
they sell C4s in a can.
I don't give a fuck.
I respect those that can math, and if you can math, that is what makes you.
2 + 2 equals fish.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I can math. My math is I put stuff on, and if my DPS is better, it's good. If it's worse, it's bad.
Is it banging?
It might be banging. It might be.
It's working.
It might be twerking.
Totem twerking.
Yeah, it might be.
Only if you're popping bottles.
It might be. I was just gonna say it might
Damn,
be.
we out here fucking it up.
It might be bottle popping up in this bitch. Let's see.
You're
Are there any
embarrassing us in front of
intentions to
company.
address not just the speed of leveling, but the quality as well? They're considering the idea of a level squish because they can't give you something every time you level because you would then get 120 of something, and then it would be something like 0.3% improvement. It would be cool if every level you earned would give you a reward instead of levels that currently give you nothing. I agree with that. I would level if you gave me something. Like, I would level anyway because it's a means to an end, right? I don't want to pay $60.
I mean, you're always going to the end, yeah. But like, what would be like
That would be nice, though.
rewards? Like, what would it be like? Transmog level
I don't know,
stuff,
maybe
or
you gave
toys,
me like,
or
maybe you gave me like a fucking taco every level. Cool, I'm in. Like, I'm sold. Let's go.
With the buff?
Yeah, like something.
That would depend on the type of player, though. Like, to me, leveling from 110 to 120, I just relied on the zone, right? Like, you complete a quest chain, you get a green or a blue, but when you complete the entire map, you get like some gnarly
Azurite piece of gear or some
yeah,
shit.
right?
Yeah.
So, that's to me, that's worth it.
I
but
could
if
see
you-
like a good gear,
like
or,
milestones, then, yeah.
or
Yeah, like each big like quest line in each zone gives you something worth of shit. So
but like a good buff, like double XP for X amount of hours.
an hour, fuck it.
That
whatever.
you can use at your leisure. I wouldn't want it to like auto apply because that feels bad. But like maybe you get a token that you could use. You get 3 hours of like triple experience.
Yeah, but are they going to remove those again like they did? I don't know, in Warlords.
Well, they meant spell-wise.
Oh,
evidently.
well, I don't care about spells. I care about rewards. I don't think... Well, they derailed. They completely shut down the spells, and we're talking about rewards.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say something like a experience increase. We got plenty of those, to be perfectly honest.
Do we?
More like,
Because
I
I'm
actually
still
like
not
that spell thing,
120,
by the
so
way.
where are you getting all these experience increases?
we got heirlooms now.
Oh, fuck. Yep, you're right.
So we got heirlooms, but I would much rather value a stand buff or an intellect buff. That's sort of fun, kind of like back in vanilla when you kill Nefarian or Onyxia. You'd purposely kill Onyxia and have some like, did you do the quest yet? All right, you're turning into the spell. We're gonna get the buff. Now we're going into BRD.
I
You know,
like
that's
that.
fun. That was fun.
That's engaging, and it gives you a sense of purpose where you need to get a thing to do the other thing, to make the other thing better. Alexa, please remind me to buy heirlooms in game.
You're welcome.
tonight at 10 o'clock.
Okay, I'll remind you at 10 p.m.
It's so fucking terrible.
That's the only way I get anything done.
Hey, do you need another one? Because I have one here just sitting.
Is
I
it a
don't know if
big? Is it a big or a little?
No, it's just a dot.
I'll take it. Is it the new one? If it's the
It
new,
should be because I
It's
just
still in
got
the
it
box.
last year.
can you send it to me? I'll give you money.
I don't want money. It was free.
Oh, well, give it to me.
This is a third generation. Yeah, it's the new
I
one.
want one in my bathroom by my tub.
Okay, does anyone else on the show want
Why are you such a hater?
Okay, I want that one next to my tub.
No fucking
No, I totally been wanting a new one, but I couldn't see myself.
buying it.
So, secret. It's a secret. I've been actually used Alexa to play D&D
That's
because they have
interesting.
those skills.
Yeah,
It's actually pretty fun
What does that
I mean
mean?
that's cool.
You sit in your room and play D&D?
while I'm going to bed or when I'm just sitting here watching a show. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting that you play D&D, but you don't have time to game with friends. That's weird.
Oh,
We're going to graze right past that, though. So, with that being said, there's questions about Classic, guys. I don't fucking care.
I can't do it. I wanted to, but I have too much time invested in fucking the current state of WoW.
Yeah, thank you for finishing that statement.
I can't. I literally physically, I physically cannot go from new to old. It is not a part of our progress as humans. We are not, guys, we are not born for this. We're not born to have new and then go back to old. This is not, nostalgia's nice, and it's nice to take a stroll. We are not made as humans to backtrack and de-evolve. Example. And we'll see if anybody gets my meaning. I got rid of my cable recently, 6 months ago. Went to this DirecTV Now stream stuff. I've been having a lot of problems with their player, and long story short, I'm annoyed. At night, I don't want to think about TV. I don't have to go through Netflix and go through the 50 million shits I got on my Fire Sticks. I just want to open up a thing, see a guide, and watch shit and go to sleep. So I thought, well, I'll just get, I'll get in my rooms. That way I can, it's just there when I'm working, white noise and all that good stuff. The original box they gave me, I think we talked about it last week. They gave me this old version of their stuff. The old Contour, the original. The TV guide, when you push the TV guide button, that shit looked like some 80s shit. And I told my husband, I am too good for this. Like, I don't even know how to use this. It is so archaic. And it was only like 3 years ago that this was like the latest and greatest. So I was mad. I fought with the cable company, whatever. We finally got the new stuff, and it's just as great as I remember. But that's what I equate it to. I don't want to go back to using the ring on the phone, the rotary dial. I can't.
That thing was like the best thing ever.
And it's
Made
kind
a
of fun, right?
fantastic noise.
Yeah, but I can't go back to that life.
What about the brick cell phones? Let's do those.
I agree with you, Sulfate.
They're
It is-
impervious to damage.
I 100% agree that all of the fucking money that they're spending for devs to do this classic shit should be going into life. I agree. And when people ask me why I'm so against it and why I'm so angry and why I'm so hateful, this is why. Because 800 people lost their fucking jobs. And we're building two different versions of a video game that I play daily. That's why.
But you also got to remember, and you know this as good as I do, we work for a company. We have stakeholders that we have
Right.
to answer to. And that's really what it comes down to. Like, we want to cater a nostalgic game to a select group that would be revenue coming in because that select group is going to focus on that and that alone. That's almost free money. And, the stakeholders, that's cash in the bag, right? For people like us who really are suffering because we don't have enough resources on our current build of the game, the progression of the game. That's what it is. And I'm not saying
Is Classic gonna be free if you have a standing subscription to WoW?
Yes.
I don't.
Yep.
Yep.
yes, it is.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's smart.
it is.
That's good business.
That's what you're pocket. But again, you're alienating another group. Maybe not outright, but you're splitting your resources when you should be focused on something that's doing great.
Yep.
Innovation. I want to move to the future. I don't want to go back to the past. Maybe you could shoot me a video every now and then that's like a throwback. That's great. Maybe we could have mini games or mini stuff that's a throwback to stuff. Like, that's great. I agree. Hardly anyone's going to be playing, and there's people on the internet that are very famous people that are annoying the shit out of me, and I mute because I don't want to hear your shit. But
the best part about this whole thing is, you have those people that are like, oh yeah, it's gonna be the best thing ever. But EverQuest did the same exact thing. They put the very first build on their servers, and they went along and opened up the story. And guess what? It lasted like 5 months, and no one was talking about it ever again.
Really?
So it's gonna be the same fucking scenario. It's gonna be super hyped up for a little bit, and then majority of the people are gonna fall off after a certain amount of time, and then you're gonna still have those dedicated people. That's gonna be a super finite amount of people that's gonna be playing it.
Let's face it, though,
And they're all going to be on the same server.
As pioneering as EverQuest was, or even Ultima Online, I mean, you don't hear people talking about that in mainstream.
It's
You're not
true.
going to hear.
It's
You're
not
not going
really-
to hear like
Yeah.
freaking Jimmy Fallon be like, "Oh man, do you remember when EverQuest was like free to play because they released all their content on one server?" No, you're
Yeah.
gonna hear about World of Warcraft more than you'll hear anything else, and that's what's gonna drive it. The stakeholders know this. If people who know money know where to invest in, and they're gonna put all of their money on Classic, and that's going to bring in some steady revenue for, again, a small select people.
No, I'm not saying it's not going to make any money. I'm just saying it's going to be hyped up and it's going to fall off after a amount of time.
That's
They're going to make us go back to Classic, and they're going to stop doing shit in live.
What are you saying to me right now?
So, okay, so full disclosure, I would actually like to have a WoW 2.0 where it starts where Azeroth is at the start. That would be awesome. We retain all of our progression and shit, but it
takes us back.
No, I'm
Yeah.
ready to get the fuck off this rock, guys. We have been on Azeroth since the beginning of time. Okay,
no,
the little
we're
trip
gonna
to
hit the
Argus.
restart button.
The little trip to Argus, that's great. I want to go into the cosmos and see what other fuckery we can get into. We were not built to just stick on one planet.
Actually,
got shit
technically,
to do.
we're built just for that reason.
No, we
'cause
got shit to do.
You have the Titans that
Listen.
come up and like you
Were
put
you
the rifle
watching
there, and then
like a documentary about Stephen King recently, because that's exactly what he said.
Is that what he said?
He's like, we're not meant to live here. We're meant to leave Earth.
Yeah, we're meant to set up an outpost and build our humanity, our technology. We're meant
okay,
to
so
build and move on.
what planet are we going to go to? Core Hall or
I just want to go to a planet that's got fucking chicks and tacos. Like, is that so much to ask?
we're going to go to
for?
Ire?
That's
a
across the
game?
border.
We're going to Cabo.
Like, I just want
Cabo.
all you can eat drinks and some tacos. Like, is that far to drive? Because,
TJ.
but
Uh,
the classic thing, guys. I know people are very mad at me. I get hate mail every time I bring up classic. People really do hate it when I talk shit. Here's the thing. That's great that you love it. That's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
You do you, boo boo.
Pack you a little lunch. Get your little juice box.
Where's my snap pack?
Get your little Slim Jims and your little pudding pack, and
Hell
get
yeah,
your
let's
little
do this.
backpack. Get on your little fucking bike and pedal to Not My Neighborhood. Like, cool. You like doing things the hard way because that makes you more hardcore. You're so cool. You're my idol. I want to be your friend. You want to fucking light fires by rubbing sticks together. I have a lighter because you're not better than me because you can do those things.
I have gasoline.
I'm more
I have a
efficient.
blowtorch.
Like, yeah, like I have things that do stuff. I can make light by turning on. Like, imagine.
Fire bad.
I enjoy the comforts of future. So,
And a bed fan.
and my vacuum that just does what I say. It's magical, guys. Technology's magical. But all the shit talking aside, it's a smart business move because they are tying the active subscription, which is great.
It's definitely going to inflate the numbers.
But I feel like we could have systems that are broken that could have already been fixed if we had those resources. It's one of those things where it's a double-edged sword, right? Like each department has their own. So you have your own, your own whatever. but it does feel like maybe. But that's, from a business sense, I know that that's not the case. I know
Yeah.
that they're not going to produce a better quality of game because they have 40 people instead of 20 on that specific team, because I deal with that shit every day. And I'm sure Envy does too. Like, it doesn't, you can have 20 fantastic people that will do the work of 40. So
Sounds like a sweatshop to me.
it isn't, when it comes to companies and it comes to payroll and it comes to budget for departments, those things are very separate. You might think that it's finite and that type of thing, but like, you get head count per department. Those head counts don't mix. You don't get to, you know, like, your head counts usually it's a year in advance, and you know, to the quarter, okay, by quarter 3 I can add 2 people, I could add 2 resources, but your head count, it doesn't work that way. The departments are separated, and that is corporate red tape, and it is what it is, and it's not as simple as 20 of you people have nothing to do because we're not doing Classic. Come over here and work on this. It doesn't work that way. It just isn't physically possible.
I don't know how that is because I'm the bottom of the totem pole, so I'm one of those 20 dumbasses.
But it is what it is. Like, the people that tell you what to do and do the budget, the stakeholders, they sit down and they do the budget every year, every quarter, and they tell you this is how much you can have for your department. And the problem is if you were to call somebody on the phone and be like, yo, can you bring your 10 dudes over here? Because Classic is essentially done because it was done 20 years ago. So come over and help us. It doesn't work that way because that time has to be allocated for, because that department is responsible for making a certain amount of money. Every second that they're at work, every dollar is accounted for. Utilization is what it's called, in case you guys are not aware. I'm sure Envy probably hears that word fucking more times than he wants to, but utilization.
You gotta have the right LOE.
Right. So, yes, Sulfate, I agree with you. Unfortunately, the way corporations work, it isn't the case. In the long run, the Classic thing might end up being smart. Because if it brings more people, because if you have to pay, maybe it's a one-stop shop where you pay for one and you get both. They have an active subscription. My game keeps getting made. It might not be good all the time, but joke's on you because I can log in. Like, cool. So I don't know. Like, we need to have a little bit of faith. But don't at me at Twitter with some bullshit about Let's Play Classic. Because if you at me at some bullshit about Let's Play Classic, I'm going to send you a fucking dick pic. And it isn't going to be mine. Okay?
The hubbies?
It isn't going to be... God, I would never do that. That's terrible.
I know.
So...
Sounds like a fantastic idea.
I would. Wait, what?
Oh my.
Guys, it is that time where I have to let Secret go to sleep. Because that's...
my eyes are actually...
I know.
hurting.
And I'm going to be real. Alcohol set in a little bit. And I want to enjoy the feeling of being relaxed. I have some to-do lists to do in WoW before I go to bed. And
All right, let's see what happens.
I have to feed my Atlas animals also before I go to bed. So I have to allot time for that. It's the purge happening.
Oh,
so-
Envy has his Atlas animal. That's the nicer one, though, so that's good.
Oh, she is. Yeah. I
Is
learned
that
my-
Brandy?
Yes.
So
This
he
is
has-
my perky pug.
Yeah, he has 2 pugs. One is Pugsley. Not very creative in names, but I'm not going to judge them. And then there's Brandy.
Hashtag adopt.
Right, which it's weird, but his wife explained that they had those names when they adopted them, so it'd be weird to change their names.
Yep.
But I feel like if you own them at that point, like,
Yeet!
you know.
She's an acrobat.
My favorite is when either or are arguing with their pugs. It's hysterical because his wife gets in full conversations arguing with the pug, and it's hysterical.
It happens. You spoke a
Good night,
song.
Rick.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. There must have not been anything else on TV. Okay, so before we go, let's give away stuff. Let's get together and feel all right. Let me
Come together
Right.
right now.
Let me-
We did the same thing. Secret.
Here you go, making it weird again. Okay. Let's find the giveaways. Let's do it. Okay, guys. We're going to do 2. So I'm just going to pick 2, right? I'm just going to pick one and then another one. And we're giving away, what I want the
Transformer.
Transformer and the fireworks. Right?
Transmorpher.
Is it? What did I say? Transformer. God damn it.
Yeah, you did.
You do.
Fucking Rem is supposed to be making me better, and it just makes me worse. Okay, so we're gonna do. You have to follow. If you don't follow, it's not gonna be too long. He's gonna be fine.
His is a little too long.
No, I'm gonna do it right now. Okay, the word,
Meow.
the key word is
Testicles.
PvP. That's the key word.
But what about MDI? This is biased.
I don't care about MDI. I care about PvP. Okay.
Seeker does though, and this is about.
So
Seeker.
we're going. So PvP in chat. You guys have 1 minute. 60 seconds. 30 seconds.
Am I qualified?
No, 1 minute. PvP in chat. 1 minute. 1 minute. We're now
I want a transformer.
You're stupid.
1 minute. Oh shit. 1 minute.
Oh, banana bread. is
that sounds
PvP
so
in
good.
chat. You guys don't want free toys? Well, that's not very loving of you to want free toys. Free toys.
I want that banana bread though.
PvP
Hell yeah.
in chat. We're giving away the WoW Esports toys. PvP in chat. Do it.
Snakes and sparklers and transformer.
Snakes and sparklers. PvP. We got 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Say it in Spanish.
30 segundos.
I can say taco.
I would hope so.
Some hot sauce on my burrito, baby. 20 seconds.
Jeez. I was watching that last night.
Yeah, I was watching it the other day.
Like, you guys laugh and act like it ain't.
What mounts don't you have? I'll definitely buy a mount.
Come on, let's go.
Banana
Let's go.
bread.
Let's go. Oh my god.
Well, it has to be really bomb ass banana bread though.
Hell yeah.
It's 30, not 30.
Oh my.
Is it?
Okay,
Trente?
are we ready? Are we ready? Because we're going.
Say 14 seconds. Bill.
What? 14 seconds?
Who?
Yeah, say it in Spanish.
I don't know how to. I could barely fucking speak English, let alone like. It doesn't show me who is eligible.
Oh,
Something is
'cause-
wrong.
Oh, you broke it.
Hold on, guys. Nightbot.
Hola.
It's already a moderator. What is your fucking problem? Hold on, guys. Something's happening. Our phones are ringing and people are asking. It's not picking up the users.
Damn.
I don't
Does it
know.
have opposable thumbs?
I don't understand what's going on. I might have to let David go. Hold on. Yeah, it's so.
Who?
This was that same problem. Type it again, guys. One more time. Because it's not giving me the... Hold on, There are no eligible users. PvP, real quick. Let's do it, guys. PvP. Come on. Quickly.
Otra vez.
It's getting hot in here because my freaking air conditioner turned off.
Mm-hmm.
Hurry up. We gotta go. David's gotta go to bed. I mean, I don't know who David is. That guy.
Ken?
Shit.
Who is?
Oh, man. It's okay.
I don't know why it's not picking up the chat. I'm confused.
That's crazy.
Sounds like
I don't know
a.
why you're being a cunt. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, I'll do it. Why not?
I can never get the giveaway to work when it's supposed to work. It's just irritating the shit out of me.
Just type their names in a random name generator and do it that way.
Why'd you type in VD? You got a venereal disease. Gross.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. It's whatever.
It's cheatable though.
Yeah, it's not. Nothing's happening. It's supposed to show me on the side. Does anybody know how to get this thing to work?
Your side chick's not working right tonight.
This is really fucking pissing me off. I gotta be really honest. I don't got time for this shit. Guys, I'm just gonna try it one more time and then... Yeah, rigged.
Oh.
PvP. It won't even, like... There are no eligible users. What do you mean?
Damn, you broke it.
¿Por qué?
Ordinary users. Wait.
Did you type PvP in English?
My check bounce. Hold on, let me put...
Oh my god.
What,
She
guys,
didn't pay her
it's not
Twitch bill this
showing
month.
me the people under the
See,
stairs.
she's got a checkings and a savings. Sometimes there's money in one, and so she transfers it to the other.
Guys, I don't know what you want me to do. I gotta get the hell off the show.
You know, as a consultation prize, if you want a picture of me and my pug, just type in pug. We may or may not be wearing underwear.
Whoa, Moobot looks all
Moobot.
weird. Hold on, we're gonna
May
figure
or
this.
may not.
Yes. Darknado's the first one that's going to type that.
Guys, I'm really confused.
I hear that in Raid a lot too.
Giveaways. Hold on, we're gonna do this. Create giveaway. Type in keyword in chat. The keyword
There you
is
go.
PvP. Create. Okay, try it now.
Man, she's learning today.
Well, Moobot has come leaps and bounds, like their interface is all new. So let's see. I
Did it pop up?
don't see anything.
No, to pop the bottles.
Oh, yep, it's happening. I see entries now. We're good.
Oh, there it goes.
30
Yay,
seconds,
you-
guys. Now I see entries. It's happening.
I really hope I don't win.
PvP guys, type it in chat.
Okay,
And
ready?
meetings?
Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready?
Can you not do that? What you're doing right there?
It's the way.
Oh,
So I'm saying, wait. All right, I'm hitting the button. I'm hitting the button. The button.
the butt.
The button.
Text lady, you're one.
Okay, sweet.
Text lady, you're one. I'm accepting you. You're accepted. Maybe it's gonna ping you. I don't know what the fuck it does because this is new for me. And then
Secret
number
Sauce
2,
101.
Tiddly bits. Tiddly,
Cool, congrats.
Deadly bits.
tiddly bits.
That
And I
works.
can accept
That's
you.
cool.
You guys, guess what? It's random. You're just gonna get whichever of the two that I send you.
It's too bad that Secret Sauce guy didn't win.
It's
He
gonna be
seems pretty
totally
cool.
random. So
I could just buy my
I think
own.
you have to click a thing and it does a thing. While we're figuring that out, we're gonna roll credits so we can get the hell on out of here because these guys are tired. I'm tired, we're tired, we're all tired. I don't know what it does.
What'd it do?
All
Text
right,
lady
cool.
accepted, so it's doing things. I'm gonna do the credits. Guys,
Bye,
I think
guys.
I have to get you guys in the intro because I feel bad that you're not in the intro.
That's fine.
It's weird that Nightbot works. I mean, Moobot.
You mean Nightbot?
Well,
Night-
what it is-
about Night Rider?
So Nightbot used to be the only one that worked and Moobot didn't work, and now here we are. I'm really husband. Husband, if you're listening to this, do we have any snacks?
You have a whole
What are you
drawer then.
talking about? You have a shit ton of
What's your
food.
None
Do you
of
need a pizza? Do you want me to send you another pizza?
none of those are anything that I want.
Oh my god.
That's
Go to In-N-Out.
dark.
Like
Ugh, I need a
In
new
and Out.
Colorado.
Yeah, it's still open.
That sounds
Close
good.
it. Closes at midnight.
The only problem with In and Out is
Nothing. The hell's wrong with
It's
you?
far
Don't
away.
use your words. Okay, that's fair.
Whataburger's 24 hours. Is
okay. I
down the
got an
street from
email.
me.
Tiddly bits.
dumb.
I don't know how we're gonna do this, but I'm gonna figure it out right now. So don't leave the channel. I just gotta shut you off, guys. We love you. Bye.
Bye.